Flava FM, Kopala's most loved radio station. Good evening to you, and welcome to the Flava FM Football Show. My name is Pius Mambo Jr. I'm your host. As usual, every Wednesday, your host, your moderator, and controller, all those titles. I'm the one who keeps the peace. I'm also the sergeant at arms in the studio. But at least when Otherman is here and Chris is here, there's a bit of peace.
So you're saying we're not up to scratch?
Unless Muflira Wanderers didn't win. Ninshi Chris, he comes in a different mood. Good evening, Mr. Kalota. Pastor Chris, how are you today?
Oh, I'm blessed. Jesus is Lord. Good evening, viewers, and good evening, listeners.
Yes.
It's great to be back on the show. A lot to talk about.
Otherman Patrick Tembo, good evening. How are you today?
Good evening, Apias. Good evening, our dear listeners and viewers. It's 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Oh, I forgot. 90 plus 4.
Yes. Some people missed you last week.
Oh, yes.
Since you are not there. But good to have you back.
Wow.
Yes. And also with us in the studio, he's not a stranger to the football show. He's been here with us. He's also one of our players who we send out on loan from time to time. Mr. Vincent Chilekwe, or should I say Coach Vincent, good evening, and how are you today?
Good evening, my Pius. I'm all right. I thank God for His grace. And also, good evening to the listeners and also the viewers. And lest I forget, good evening to my wife.
Yes,
because I didn't listen to the program.
Oh, good.
This is your chance.
Yes, this is my chance. Because this is the woman who holds all the positions that Pius was boasting about.
Oh, sure. I'm happy that she followed the program.
Yes. I think have I ever greeted my wife? I think I should also greetings to my wife at home. She's also listening. Or maybe viewing. I'm not sure what she's doing. One of the two. Oh, yes. Yes, and like the gentleman was saying, good evening to listeners and viewers. We are broadcasting on 87.7 on the Copperbelt, 96.9 in Lusaka, and 92.1 in Solwezi town. And we are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. If you're not catching us or you want to watch us, kindly go to the Flava FM platform on Facebook or YouTube and catch us there and watch us live in the studio. If you don't want to just hear us, as we say, hashtag hear us, hashtag see us. So that's what it is. Very, very soon we shall upgrade the television the platform. And let me not preempt, but that's where we are going, to greater and bigger things for the football show. Let me read a few messages before we continue. This one says, good evening, gents. Too bad Nkana had a draw on Saturday. Hope we will wallop Kafue this coming weekend. It was nice to watch Mbola, though he suffered an injury in that Nkana Kansanshi game. This is Hector Pachamboli. Thank you, Hector. Good evening, Flava. In advanced leagues, I've noticed that the pitches are divided into light green and dark green shades. Is it for decoration, or it is other use? It has other uses, for example, to help the linesman in an offside situation. And I have noticed that even VAR also uses it in offside scenarios. Secondly, I agree with you 100% on coaching. If you compare the squads between Manchester United and Man City, there's not much difference, but it depends on the football tactics and the genius thinking of coaches. I hope our Zambian coaches learn from the Manchester situation. Jedediah Micah from Solwezi. It's like as if Jedediah was listening to what we were talking about before we went live in the studio. Yes, but we did touch it last week as well. Good evening, panel. Well done, Zesco, for wiring Lusaka Giant Green Buffaloes 3-0. And evening to all Zega fans. Let's meet at Levi Mwanawasa and support the team on Saturday. Axon Kasangiri, Ipusukilo. Good evening, Axon. Good evening to you, the football wise men. We thank God for granting you with more soccer updates. Let's hear this mouth-watering show from you, Alvin Pawaybridge Kusolezi. Thank you, Alvin Kuwaybridge. Evening panel, I'm enjoying the show. Where is Danny? It's good that my team won on the weekend. That top scorer for Brave and Changa Rangers is needed at Power Dynamos. All the best, my team, for the remaining games. Power ni top for Melody Mulamba from Luangwa Kitwe. Good evening. I'm Innocent Mando Kitwe Vazesko Nava Upanga. Nava Ukupanga. Okay. Okay, though it says Ukupanga. Okay. Good evening, wise men. Congrats to the Yellow Submarines for winning Nkwazi. I repeat, the 2021-2022 title will go to Arthur Davis Stadium, and the runners-up, Vane Bankana. Bankana, are you ready to be number 2? Work hard. We go together. So watch out, Zanako, on Sunday when Umuntu Mutwe and his teammates will do their level best. Go Power Go for the 7th title. Yellow family together. We say yes, yes, yes from Roy De Soja Chirikima in Kasumbalesa. I was at the game. I'm just being told today that I was on TV during the. I was shown on TV during the Power Quasi game. The camera and Charlie is very naughty. And he is announcing the whole stadium.
Oh my! That's why even the cameras followed you.
Me last time I was just here. You know.
I thank the police. So I think the police should not allow fans inside the pitch when the game ends. Players should leave before fans jump in. Football is an emotional game. Protect our players. This is Alex Hamwanta Zamtan. Thank you, Alex.
He's right.
He's right, huh?
Pitch invasion is not allowed.
Yeah.
And if a referee sends a report, the home team can be in trouble.
Yeah. Good evening, gents. Alderman, please, you go and ask Coach BC on behalf of us and Nkana fans, why is he keeping Nyondo and Mbola on the bench while we have problems at the back? You saw how Mbola started bringing some interventions last Saturday. Despite that injury in the early minutes, genius from Riverside, Nkana, and Liverpool forever. Then let me get to some more. This one says, good evening, Flava Football Show. I just want to appreciate you all for the beautiful updates. You really update us every Wednesday at 18:45 hours. I'm waiting for your analysis. God bless you. This is Pastor James Mwape. You know, there's something which I forgot to note. Finally, Zimbabwe has been suspended.
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 Yeah. It's one of the notes.
We'll chat about it. I just remembered now.
Oh no, we have it on our.
Yes, Zimbabwe. Sorry, CAF. Instead of
helping us, because it was obvious.
Exactly. They didn't want to change.
No.
Evening soccer analysts, update me on the sanctions at Chelsea and how far I'm Sanga, the Blues family, past St. Anthony. Don't worry, Chelsea is safe. You won't have to worry so much about about bans. We'll explain anyway. Evening panel. Zesco United played splendid football against Green Buffaloes. I think we are improving every game. Kudos to the players for improvement. To our landlord, John Chingandu. Hats off. This is Masao Zega Mambo Pa Vulangililo Kopala. Have you seen the Zega supporters?
Yeah.
The language has changed the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Nobody's mentioning
No one is
Numba.
saying Numba should go.
It just takes 2 weeks to change language. And then if 2 weeks things happen in a bad way, the language will
The
change
team is
again.
too big for him.
Good evening, wise men. Kapapilo Patrick, a regular listener from Kalumbila, Shaluvala. Manu for good. I salute you for the job you are doing. Thank you so much for your message. Hi, bad. No, this one is by DJ. He wants to. It's not for us. Good evening, wise men. Please help me understand the difference between a football fan and a supporter. Some people claim that to be supporters of our local clubs, but by asking for free football jerseys. Okay, stop giving out at least a fee in order to help our start. I think it's saying stop, or does he want to say start? Start give. Oh, okay, I'll read it the way it is. Stop giving out a fee at least in order to help our teams. I think he wants to say, he meant to say start giving out a fee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's important. I know it's not really a talking point so much, but just a thought. I think it's important we mobilize ourselves as supporters, stroke fans, to join supporter clubs, and also the supporter clubs to explain to us how they raise money. Like if I put a 50 kwacha, for example, if I say 50 kwacha per month or 20 kwacha per month, how it's being channeled to the club to help the club, that kind of thing. If someone explains to me and says I can join, and just to say, oh, for example, Power Dynamos has got 10 clubs around the country, then I can just choose which one I am. If I'm Lusaka, I can join Lusaka chapter. Kitwe, if there's one. For example, if there's not one if there's one in Kitwe, there's nothing in Ndola. People will know how to where to go rather, because there are some people who genuinely they'll contribute something every month if you ask them to. This is Louis Walia from Buchi. Then this one says okay, all right, this one is not for us. Okay, these are for us now. Please, Basilwimba, if you have failed to run the club, just resign with your exco on moral grounds. You failed to sign quality players. How can you give Bachambeshi 2 games ultimatum? I don't trust Silwimba to be Nkana president. Please, Vamopani, Tamfieni Silwimba Twapapata. Okay, we'll come to that. Somebody who's upset there. Good evening, soccer analysts on Flava there. Congratulations, Zesco FC, for electrocuting small boys. Nava Shiva Avene 3-0. Otherwise, I'm enjoying the program. Vapias, Vashambea, Joseph, honorable, without a constituency within Kitwe, Racecourse Township. Work well, all Zega Mambo for life. Then this one says, the Exco football family, please, Vatembo, ask for me. What is Kaindu doing at Zanaco? Because he is killing my team. Kaindu must go. I don't understand why the Exco are keeping Kaindu. He must Kaindu must retire, please. Benson Wawachongo, Zanaco Kitwe based supporter. Good evening, football gurus. Please update me when the finals of the AFCON qualifiers 2023 going to be conducted. Yours, Chiomboka Elijah. Okay, we'll look into that. Good evening, panel. How are you all? I'm really enjoying the following the show rather, and I'm so happy that my team Kansanshi finally had gotten a draw away from against Nkana Aba Red, although it was a tough game that I wasn't expecting. Anyways, Bola Nizigoli, as we welcome the soldiers this Saturday, and I would like to ask a question: where are these players? Nesta Lukupa, Governor Simwala, Christopher Muntali, Shafik Batambuzi, Prince Mumba, and Sydney Lunda. Please, Vapano, I really want a Man U jersey. Daniel Alfonso Davies, Anthony Martial, Antonio Valencia, Ryan Bertrand, Julian Brandt, Jadon Sancho, Muwowo from Solwezi.
What a mouthful.
So many names. Evening soccer analysts, tell me, where is the Nakambala team? I'm Clemencia from Kazomba, Solwezi, Nkana, and Barcelona FC. This one says, good evening, wise men. It's a beautiful Wednesday. I just wanted to know who chooses games to be televised on Supersport. Is it Faz or Supersport? Because I think some teams are televised more, and I want clarity in terms of kits in tournaments. For example, Egypt and Morocco met at the AFCON and they both have red jerseys. What if it happens that they both want to wear their red jerseys? Because in that case, there is no team that is home. So, who is supposed to change? Patson Kuchpata compound.
Patson.
Yes.
There is a team which is at home. Even if you meet at a neutral ground, there will be a team which will be at home. And that team, when you hear Egypt versus another team, the first team is the one which is at home, and it's the one which should be given the privilege of using the color that they want.
Yeah. Actually, let me even also give a good example. For example, if Zambia was hosting AFCON, you would find National Heroes Stadium would be designated as Zambia's home pitch. But you find, for example, if Zambia qualifies to second round they are supposed to play a team at Levi, you will find maybe it's Nigeria versus Zambia, and as a result, Nigeria will have the home designation. So even for host countries, it happens. Not just those who are playing within the tournament.
Correct.
But Pius, I'm back again. This time I'm going abroad, saluting my team Liverpool for lifting up the Carabao Cup as we are waiting for Norwich City tonight in the FA Cup and West Ham on Saturday in the Premier League at Anfield, while we shall be waiting for the Manchester Derby on Sunday. Genius Riverside, Nkana, and Liverpool red for danger. Okay, who is the coach for Maite? Quick.
Harrison Tembo.
Yes, I was about to say by Chris. Quick answer. Good evening, wise men. Long time ago, Mususu Humphrey, just within Kitwe, Busakere Police, I think he's saying long time. Mususu Humphrey, just within Kitwe, Busakere Police Camp. I am just wanting to congratulate Barcelona, and I'm telling you, Mususu Humphrey, at the moment, Barcelona is one of the most exciting teams to watch. I watched the Europa Cup game against Napoli. They played fantastic football, and on Sunday, that 22 hours game, again, they were really entertaining. So we'll see if they can keep it up. The consistency is what now they have to fight against. Good evening, Flava. This is, I've already read this one. Bazangalewa were beaten by Zesco United.
I thought he was going to say Nyanta Nyanta. They now have a proper name. Nyanta Nyanta.
Because of what Zagarewa was wearing. I haven't heard that one before.
It's a long time.
They've equated them to Mazangare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Tembo, Twebe Niko Abai Cheba Power. To be serious, this is to be serious. Likes of Regani Mutonga. I think he's saying tell them to be serious. This is Regan Mutonga, selfish, Taifwa Ikwa. Okay. Or of all the likes of Regan Mutonga.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's saying
Actually,
the misses,
yes.
chances, instead of putting
Yeah, it was sad when he was coming, when he was being substituted in the pitch. The way the crowd was saying, I was just like, no, give him chance. It's Zambian football as well. The way the crowd, they also make their own teams. But he had a very good chance, which he should have put away, or he should have passed. Passing maybe would have been the easier, the better alternative. But if you to take that shot, he should have scored. I'm Kuku Boy Pakwacha. I'm enjoying the show. Chelsea for life. Thank you, Kuku Cool Boy from Kwacha. Evening football family. My issue tonight is with the banning of Russian footballers from all soccer activity. Those are athletes who have dedicated all their lives to becoming football professionals. And what happened to politics and politicians not interfering in football? This is MM in Kitwe. We'll come and give an explanation on that one. I'm almost finishing the messages. Vankana Exco, learn to appreciate what Vachambeshi did for the club. He ditched Kansanshi and he helped Nkana last season. Basiluimba and the Exco, you failed to sign a defender and a number 6. Also, quality strikers. Please, if Namufilwa, just resign to Shileni Vachambeshi Wesu na Bakabila Awamapo Paliva Sidwimba. Yeah.
I like your bemo today, Papas.
I'm trying. How are the wise men? How are you? Yes, we need inside information in football. The owner of Chelsea is withdrawing ownership after losing to the Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Will never walk alone. I am wavered. I am wavered. Peter Sangwapo here in Solwezi. Chris, be closer to the microphone.
I am close. Very close.
Maybe he's watching you. I think he's looking at you in your relaxed position at the moment before you talk. Good evening, wise men. I'm enjoying the show. I'm Ignatius Kawama Maposa substation. Okay, let me see if I've got any WhatsApps. Okay, I've just seen one. Pius, last week you did not read our messages. Hope today you will find time to read them. Okay, here I am. Congratulations to Changa Rangers and Muflira Wanderers. Allah, it's tough in the Eden University National Division, and my team of the moment so far is Musa, because they are very consistent with results. I want to express my displeasure to my most darling teams, Nkana and Man United, for their poor display at the weekend. And like Mr. Tembo told me last time, I will not get tired of singing about my jerseys. And lastly, Pius, let's pray for our brothers and sisters in Ukraine and also Russia, so that peace may prevail between the two countries. This is Santos. Very nice message, Santos. Thank you for getting in touch. Remember, text line is 0965 000 0965 000 that is text or WhatsApp. I'll read Facebook messages a bit later. Aba loelela, aba chimwela, aba yellow, aba ye, not vari. Nox from Notes from Nkana is loving you guys. Thumbs up. Thank you. Please. Mule tuweko EPL standings. Frank Daka within KTK, Nkana and Liverpool Viva. Okay, we'll give out the Liverpool. So the EPL standings this evening. No problem. Good evening, wise men. Congrats to the Yellow Submarines for winning in Kwazi. I repeat, the 2021-2022 title will go to Arthur Davis Stadium and the runners-up Vaneba Nkana. So watch out, Zanako.
Zilch.
All right. Then let's, Lelo, don't talk too much about Nkana like you always do. Tembo and friends. Upper. It's Red Arrows who deserve that. I'm on loan from Zanako supporting Arrows. Chirufia from in Livala. Yeah. But today we can't avoid Nkana. There's an issue. We have to tackle.
Thank you, Chirufia.
Good evening, Flava. Already tuned. This is Ernest Chilabi Pachamboli. Thank you, Ernest. Please explain the difference between a World Player of the Year and the Ballon d'Or. Easy explanation. World Player of the Year is supposed to be FIFA World Player of the Year. That award is given by FIFA, and the Ballon d'Or is actually an award which was started by Le Foot magazine in France. So it started just by giving awards within Europe for the European best player in the European leagues, but then they went further to give who they thought is the best player in the world. So that's how there are two different awards, one given by FIFA and one given by Le Foot, if I've pronounced it correctly, Le Foot magazine.
But perhaps the question is, which one is more lucrative?
Money-wise, I haven't memorized which one. I'm not sure about the FIFA award.
No, I think of late it's the Ballon d'Or.
But recognition-wise, Ballon d'Or seems to be more prestigious, should I say?
Yes.
If I use that,
that's the right word.
I think that's the word to use. Though the recent awards,
we don't want to talk about
okay, let's not get into them because I prefer the way FIFA have been awarding the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Okay. Let me see if there are a couple more we can read, then we can start in the next 2 minutes. Good evening, panel. I'm urging my club, Cabo Warriors, to be alert. Otherwise, the team is going down. Maybe the problem is at the coaches and not the players. They must call John B. This John B. Mwanza and also Ian Bakala to help the team. To the Glazers, I'll just say job well done. From EJ, this is the K Parklands, Kitwe Manu, and Warriors supporter for life. Thank you. A few Warriors supporters send in messages. Exco at Nkana must go. Danny, my prophet from Chamboli. This one says, hello, wise people. Please assist me what to do. I want to watch you live. I'm Jairus from Riverside in Kitwe. But Jairus, if you're able to access Facebook or YouTube, just look for Flava FM. Just type in Flava FM, Flava FM, and then just search for the Flava FM platform. You will not fail to catch us. You'll be able to see us live. Good evening, everyone. Please, where is Vadani? I miss him so much. Zesco and Madrid for life. I see why you miss him, because he's a Madrid star. Danny is away somewhere. He'll join us later. Good evening, Flava FM radio and television. Flava football show. And good evening, wise men on the panel. Congratulations to Zambia's women's national team for qualifying to yet another continental football tournament for Zambia. God bless them. And where is the men's national football team? William Jovu, Walker Street, Nkana West in Kitwe. Okay, just two more. I might as well finish them. And Wise, okay, how are you, Wise? Okay, no, this one's and Wise and not forgetting to I think Wise men, don't forget to predict who will become man of the match of the ABSA 15,000 kwacha. Okay, I think it's challenging you to predict who's going to be man of the match in the ABSA Cup.
What does he mean? Because
It's white.
there will be a number of games that will be played, and each game will have a man of the match. I think he's talking about
Maybe
player of the tournament.
Player of the tournament.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
it's
player of the tournament
It's
is 25,000. Not,
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to talk about that later.
Tournament.
Hello, Regent of Football. I want to congratulate my team, Power Dynamos and Man City for life. Paul from Kawama, KCC. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mambo. And that referee who handled the game between Man City and Everton helped Man City. It's not good. Zulu, Fibian Pabuchi. Vatembo,
I agree.
He
That
helped.
should have been a penalty.
It should have been a penalty.
It was penalty all day. I don't know how. So if it was...
Vatembo, you maybe take this opportunity. Explain the handball rule, the way it was before, like when you were refereeing, and how it is now.
you see, it hasn't changed much. It depends on the position.
And
of-
also explain ball to hand.
Yeah, it
all
depends
those
on
things.
the position of the hands. At the time, the ball makes contact with the hand. If the hands are raised and are not in the natural position, then it is a penalty. There is no doubt about it. But if the hands are in natural position, or if a player, if there's a free kick being taken and is trying to cover this part, and the ball makes contact with the hands, that one is declared as a ball to hand.
Yeah.
So it pretty much depends on the position of the hands. Yeah. So to me, I agree with the one who has written that message. I'm surprised how that wasn't given.
Yeah.
It should have been a penalty.
What about the one? Remember, Man United. The what just scored against Man United? I think it was Burnley.
Yeah.
Remember that one which hit his body and then hit his hand.
Yeah.
But it gave him advantage.
Yes, it did.
But it
you
wasn't
see,
given as a penalty.
Also, the referee will have to look at, was it intentional?
Yes.
Okay? It may hit the part of his body and then it hits the hand. Where were the hands at the time it first hit the legs or whichever part of the body? So a referee has to make a very quick decision. And also, did the ball propel? All those issues come in. But the referee has to be quick in making a decision.
So Burnley decision, you wouldn't have would you have given it
No,
if you were the
I
referee?
wouldn't. I wouldn't have
No.
given that one.
But the one Man City, you would have given it
Straight.
straight.
Yeah, that one I would have given it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The green and the green lines of the different shades of green on the pitch. Do we have any information over that? Which there was a question which was asked.
Well, they have nothing to do with maybe judging offside and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
They-
clarify,
just to clarify.
it's just pitch decoration.
Finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you go to our local pitches, we usually don't have
No.
that
we don't
kind
have
of.
such.
But abroad, yes.
Yeah, they will be there.
And then I've also noticed one other thing abroad is there are some certain pitches which are used both for rugby and other sports and also converted into football pitches.
Yeah.
So you may find
In South Africa, it's
some
common.
other lines. Yes, in
Yeah.
South Africa it's common. And one or two other countries like Australia, it's common. Yeah.
And England, Christchurch.
England, yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other matters arising from the messages which we can recall before we move on?
Well, fortunately, most of them I think we have already prepared.
Yes.
texts, so we shall be handling them as we go.
Okay.
For those that need a response, I think we're answering as the questions were coming.
Hello, soccer pundits. Can the power coach stick to 3-4-3 diamond or 3-5-2 formation? Please, when they use it, they play better and even win most of the time. Soccer fan number 0 in Kitwe. Okay, I think I've exhausted all the messages before Oderman gives us lower league results. Good evening, panel. My okay, no, this is something else. I'm just clearing these. Okay, no, we are done. Other new messages we'll read later. Okay, at least we've done about 59. Oderman.
Yeah, as you may be aware, Pius, the Copperfield Province Division 1 was on recess for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And the league resumes this coming weekend. But the rest of the provinces were continued. So of the results for FAS Northern Province Division 1, which was week 22, it was Mpaji Youth Stars nil, Kasama Zesco Chiefs nil, Tazara Blue Stars nil, Mplungu Harbour 1, Ituna nil, Pande Youth Academy 2, Ndeke 1, Mplungu Youth nil, Mungu Youth Spurs 2, Kateshi Coffee Bullets 1, Kaka 1, Mpolokoso United 3, Malalo Police 1, Chishimba Green Eagles nil, Milima Pirates nil, Kasama United Youth Academy 2, Mplungu United 3, St. Luke 1. Pius, it's important, I think, to mention that in Mplungu Harbour, there's declaration of intent. They have been leading, I think, since week 2.
Yes.
Of course, the team which has been giving them a bit of problems is Malalo Police.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very clear that the team which is headed for playoffs in Lusaka this time round is Mplungu Harbour. Have you had an opportunity to look at the crowd that turns up when Mplungu Harbour are playing?
Yeah.
I tell you, this team just has to be promoted. It's like the whole Mplungu just converges at that place to support the team, including chiefs, traditional leaders. Everyone just comes there.
Yeah.
It's nice,
No wonder they're winning.
See, football brings people
Chiefs
together.
Uh-huh.
The support.
So they're leading comfortably. I think they will go all the way to win this league, Northern Province, so that they present. In the past 2 years, it's been Malalo which has been winning and has failed to make it to the National League.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to have different representatives in Mplungu Harbour who may take the province to the National League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing else?
Well, lower league, nothing.
Nothing else.
We didn't.
I've just got the FAS Division 1 Central Province League table at current. Aguila Stars are topping that one. Nangoma number 2. Aguila Stars are on 49 points. Nangoma on 46 points. Chindwin Sentries and number 3 with 39 points. And Young Leopards number 4 with 38 points. Yeah.
Nangoma.
Nangoma,
my good friend Posha,
they are still pushing. Yes.
Yeah. They have been receiving a lot of support also. They have very good sponsorship. They can make it to playoffs. But can they go beyond the playoffs? It's another question.
Yeah. Okay. So Eden University, perhaps you can give out the results of games played this last weekend.
Yeah, it was week 25, and the results panned out as follows. Trident nil, Lumwana nil. Luapula Green Eagles 1, Zescom Light Rangers 1, Young Green Buffaloes 2, Quito United 1, Muza 2, City of Lusaka 1, Kaisa 1, Gomes 0, Changa Rangers 3, Young Green Eagles 0, Jumulo 0, Mfulira Wanderers 1. And this afternoon, it was Livingston Pirates 1, Napsa Stars 2. That's how week 25 results panned out.
Coach Vincent, what results stood out for you in Eden University this last weekend?
No, I think for me it was Young Green Eagles, Young Green Buffaloes 2 and Quito United 1. Being a Quito resident myself, I really hoped that Quito United can get a better result, because looking at where they are in the table and looking at the performance of Brave Nchanga Rangers, Mighty Mufulira Wanderers, I think if they have to keep their hopes alive of making it to the Super League, I think they need to start getting good results quickly.
Yeah. All right. But Chris, what stood out for you apart from the obvious?
Why you put me in the obvious spot?
The obvious about Mufulira Wanderers.
I'll go a different route. It was the Trident and Lumwana. I was interested in this one because I wanted to see how Lumwana would actually respond.
Yeah.
Them being the league leaders, if they would just give away the 2 points or the 3 points, but it was a derby, so they shared the spoils. Like I predicted, it's going to be.
You predicted it's going to be a draw, and I was looking at that, and it ended up being a draw. And I think I even said that. So you're saying that Muza might go on top?
Yeah, and I told you Muza will beat the team they were playing.
Yeah,
which they did.
Other man,
Well,
which one or two games?
I was privileged to cover Changa Rangers against Young Green Eagles. As you may be aware, Pius, before the game started, Young Green Eagles were in top 4.
Yeah.
And the Changa Rangers were just behind them.
Yes.
The difference was 3 points. And it meant if Young Green Eagles was to lose, they were going to swap positions.
Yes.
Changa Rangers going into the top 4 and Young Green Eagles getting out of top 4.
Yeah.
So there was a lot at stake. And Changa Rangers played like a team on fire. They really showed that they wanted the 3 points. And of late, Changa Stadium has been attracting very, very encouraging crowds. People are coming back to watch National Division 1. I was very encouraged. They did not disappoint them. Changa Rangers were on fire right from the word go. Christian Saire, the inform striker, is now scored 12 goals.
Yeah.
And remember, he's chasing that record that Miguel left. Miguel scored 14.
Yes.
Yes. In Changa Rangers has been very consistent of late. Remember, they were just coming from another win away. I think they beat Police College 2-1. And then this time they convincingly beat, more especially when they're playing at home. Remember, they beat Mufulira Wanderers 3-0.
Yeah.
This time they beat. It's not like Young Green Eagles were a pushover. No. Green Eagles came to put up a fight also, but Changa Rangers were very, very creative in the midfield. The two strikers, Christian Saile and Angel, were too much for Green Eagles. But you see, the Green Eagles coach, the Young Green Eagles coach, made a mistake. He went there to get a point. You would see, he wanted the draw. You don't play like that. You take a risk. They were in the top 4, and they should have gone there to fight. We know Young Green Eagles. Those are soldiers.
Yeah.
But you see, they went and sat back and allowed Nchanga to come at them. And when they were scored 3 goals, that's when they tried to come out of the show. It was late. So congratulations to Nchanga Rangers. They look like a big deal now, more especially when they're playing at home. You can't doubt them.
So it's looking like this in this league, somebody is going to cry at the end of the day, Coach Vincent, because now I think serious contenders for a month ago, we were looking at the top 4 and number 11 being separated by 3 points. Now it's changing. The outlook of the table is changing. The top 6 are the ones. Anyone in the top 6, at least 4 to 6, can end up, especially on number 4. They can be exchanging until one loses ground. What do you think, Vincent? Is it a situation where you think these 6 may be the consistent ones until the end of the season?
Perhaps the 6 can still maintain their positions up until the end of the season, but I think football, being what it is now, this is at this stage of the season, it calls for determination, it calls for discipline, it calls for focus and these sort of things. Because the thing is that if you look at the way the table is structured now, the point difference is not too huge.
Yeah.
So if you are going to lose 2 games in a row, you don't know where you are going to find yourself. So any team that is going to lose focus can easily find themselves out of the top 4, and any team that can get 2 results.
Example, look
easily
at
find
Jumulo.
themselves,
All of a sudden, their
Finished.
3 losses have put them in number 8
They were in
and
top
6
4.
points off top
And they
4.
were in top 4.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And I think especially for Jumulo now, I think you have seen just 3-4 games they have not been able to record positive results, and you are able to see what has happened. And you know, if you play 3 games
Yes.
and you get 2 losses and a draw, it's very difficult to bounce back to winning ways. So it's easier for you to keep the momentum. So any team that loses momentum at this stage is really in trouble, because now you have done 25 games. If you have to go up to week 34, you're talking of less than 9 games. You may not have time to recover.
I think ni winners are here.
I'm
And
telling
you
Bias,
know,
I'm a bit disappointed
Yes.
with Jumulo.
Mm.
I don't know what their ambition is. I thought that, you see, that team had enough ammunition to get promotion to the Super League. But I don't know what the policy they've brought in there. Most of their key and influential players have been loaned out to other clubs.
yeah.
You don't do that when you have an ambition to be, to win promotion. There's a young man banging in, goes left, right, and center at Red Arrows. He belongs to Jumulo. There are 3 other key players,
the Concola striker.
So you need to keep your arsenals if you know what you want to achieve. Because, like Coach Chilekwe said, 2 games, you start fighting the relegation. The other 2 games you win, you start talking of promotion. That's how it is. It's very tight. It's cruel. You don't have to lose focus.
Yeah.
And before we leave Division 1, let me before Chris comes in, let me just quickly go through so that Chris can conclude. The top, I'll just go up to number 8. The top scorers is Pedro Miguel. He was at Trident, he's now with Zesco. So which means this 14 goals will remain static.
Yeah.
And somebody will have to, the others will have to take over if they can. Christian Saidi, Changa Rangers, 12 goals. Andrew Piri, Musa, 11 goals. This is another youngster to watch, Matthias. It's a lot of promise.
Yes.
Player.
Emmanuel Kalala, City of Lusaka, 11 goals. Josephat Kasusu, Lumana, 8 goals. So this is the veteran. He's been moving from.
He's been
one
there
club
for
to-
years,
yeah.
exactly.
Wilson Chisala, Gomes, 7 goals. Mandramule, another enterprising youngster. This is another one. When I commend a player, don't ignore. Just take a look. Yeah, Mandramule, although he hasn't scored so many, 7, he's very, very good player. He's from Musa. Musonda Kapembwa, Napsa, 6 goals. I don't know if he was one of the scorers, no, I've checked, he was not.
Today.
So he remains at 6.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the top scorers
In Eden
in the
University.
Eden University.
Well, Chris, you were just about to...
I wanted to say a quick one. Look, what's going to happen is like analyze the table and the fixtures. Like this week, of course, I don't want to preempt anything. Not much is going to change from 1 to 6. It's still going to be the same. Not much is going to change. You, when we get there, I'll explain why it's going to be like that. But the main point that I want to talk about is the teams that are going to win these 9 games. I think coach will agree with me, are the teams that are going to utilize the home games. Like, for instance, I'll give an example. If Mufulira Wanderers have got 5 games at home and they win all those 5 games and they go like do a tactical thing like of probably just saying, okay, 3 wins and just 1 draw and a draw, then they'll be in the top 4. Period. It's how you plan it. It's just how you plan it. So like coach has said and like Adaman has said, the top 6, any, like you've actually said, any of these will be the top 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chris, back to you. You watched the Mufulira Wanderers game at Jumulo. Tell us what you saw.
A very interesting game. As usual, Mufulira Wanderers came with their rosters. That's a team that has got support, Baba, in Division 1. But getting to the game, Jumulo started off very slow. As usual, Wanderers always start very fast. And they were attacking. First half was all Mufulira Wanderers. Jumulo only played in the last 15 minutes where they pinned down mighty Mufulira Wanderers. But Wanderers, they seem to be very stable. And you can see they know what they're doing. But otherwise, it was a very, very interesting game. Jumulo, it's not that Jumulo didn't fight. They did fight. But it wasn't their day. Because, I mean, in the last 5 minutes, they had about 4 corners. And there was one saved by Mighty Mufulira Wanderers goalkeeper, who they should really thank because it was going to into a draw. Otherwise, it was an explosive match. And you can actually see that Wanderers have shown intent because they really want to get back to Premier Division. And the boys have been encouraged with so many things that are happening at the club.
And the static. The loss of Young Green Eagles has allowed Mufulira Wanderers to come within 3 points of the top 4. Is this, there are these crucial moments where when you're about to taste it, that's when you lose composure.
Exactly.
You still see them, or let me throw it to Batembo. Do you see the way Chris sees it, that they are the kind of team that can actually go all the way and get a slot in top 4?
Well, no doubt about it. I had an opportunity to talk to the coach for Young Green Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, he said after being demoted from the Super League, they lost almost the entire team, to other clubs. About 11 players left. So they used the first round to rebuild, to stabilize. And now that they've stabilized, they are launching a campaign to come back. And, they're not a bad side, but of course they need a bit of creativity. They're good at the back, but I was not convinced with their final third. Yeah, they are a disciplined side. Obviously, defense teams. Young Green Eagles has always been like that. They will have to work very hard. They don't have so much creativity, but they will need to work hard. The goodness is that when they're at home, they collect maximum points. And like Chris said, it's about calculations now. It's 9 games to go. You're chasing 27 points. The most interesting part, I was looking at it this morning, is that no team has been relegated yet and no team has been promoted. The statistics are such that even a team which is sitting right at the bottom, Police College, can talk of almost promotion also. That's what 27 points is. I'm talking about it mathematically.
Yes.
I don't want to be misunderstood.
Yes.
So basically what I'm saying is that there's everything to fight for. And then these 8 teams, 4 of those can be in the top 4. So it's about concentration. It's about motivating players. This is crucial. And this is where boys get separated from men. You need experience. You need to summon your experienced players, because that's what will separate cream from the ordinary milk. This is where you need experienced players. Those who know what to do, and then in the final third, they'll be calm because of experience. And at the back, they will not panic. They won't be on goals, and so they will take it easy. They will be patient. And such virtues come with nothing but experience.
And depth.
Yeah.
If you've got
But,
depth.
but coach, let me throw you this question. What do you
please.
tell this? You said there are 9 games to go. You have got the experience of bringing one team from one division and from bringing it into another division via promotion. What do you tell the players in these last days?
Yeah, that was back-to-back promotions actually, so not easy. But at this stage, I like the way Pastor Chris has gone around it. First, it's the number of games that you have. Then the calculation of the points that you could possibly accumulate. If you say, out of these, let's target maybe out of 27 points, let's make sure we get 20 points. That should be your focus. Forget about how other teams are playing, because you know there is that age you play a game, not to win, whatever. You cannot afford to have that divided attention. The other thing is the sheer will to go for it and get it. Sorry to mention my wife again, but you see, when I went to Score Rangers, and I had a discussion with the executive, and I told them, by the time I will leave this team, if it is in a year or 2 years, we are going to have back-to-back promotion. Now, knowing that I already have this other week aside from coaching, I went home and I sat down with my wife and I told her, you know, I have this assignment and yet I have work. Is this something that I can do? She told me one thing. She said, if you are not going to achieve promotion back to back, then call me a witch. That's what she said. And that answer gave me the drive. And I knew that I am not going to fail, because she was always there to support me, to make sure that I needed it. She knew when we get a draw, when he comes back, he's going to need the pushing and the what. You see, these things need to be in place. The players need to know exactly what the goal is, and they should have no excuse. For me personally, if you are going to have the opportunity to train and have also the opportunity to play 11 against 11 against the opponent, you have no excuse for not making it. You have no excuse for getting the results that you want. You have no excuse for failing.
All right, so let's look at fixtures coming up in the Eden University. Well, coach, perhaps you can run us through the fixtures coming up this weekend.
Sure, Papaya. So for this weekend, we have Luapula Green Eagles facing off Trident. Mufrila Wanderers versus Lumwana Radiants. Zesco Malite Rangers versus Young Green Buffaloes. Police College versus Jumulo. Quito United versus Muza. Young Green Eagles versus Quattro Kalumbila. And City of Lusaka versus Kaisa. Napsa Stars versus Nchanga Rangers. And finally, Gomes versus Livingston Pirates.
Oh, Chris, where is your focus this weekend? What is interesting to you?
My focus this weekend is Napsa Nchanga, Maite Lumwani.
Implications?
I'll tell you, Napsa have got back to winning ways, but they're meeting a resurgent, well-charged Nchanga Rangers, who mean nothing and they don't want it to get anything less than a point. So Nchanga Rangers would want to cement their position, because they know if they don't cement their position, the team that is following them is Young Green Eagles. So if Young Green Eagles wins, then they exchange. So Nchanga Rangers would like to cement their position, just like Napsa would like to also cement their position. So for me, I'm so much interested in the Naps and Changa Rangers. The Lumwana Maite, not so much, because I know Maite will run over Lumwana. They're very confident.
Oh, David, tell us.
Something else. Well, before I look at the game that is of interest to me this week, I want to say that had the two banders who are key in NAPSA not been red carded, it would have been very, very interesting. Now, you have a situation where you have Christian side, you have Angel
And
who are
Nkandu,
enjoying very
the
good form,
midfield.
and Nkandu Kunda from Changa Rangers. NAPSA needed a full squad,
Exactly.
but they have two key players. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Those banders
Austin
play number
Banda.
Austin and I've forgotten the other one.
But I know Austin Banda.
They are key
Especially
at the
Austin.
back,
Especially Austin.
you know. So does Perry have alternatives to cover the
fit
back?
those shoes.
Hey, well,
It's big.
whether they want it or not, they will have NAPSA will have a few questions to answer.
Exactly.
No doubt about it. Well, coming back, it's this yo-yo team of ours, like coach said, Kito United.
Yes.
Now you don't know what results will churn out. Yeah, they used to win almost all the home games. They're hosting Musa,
Yes.
which is in good form, and obviously Musa don't want to break the rhythm because they know that there is no runaway leader here.
No.
You know, Lumwana is close, NAPSA is still very close. Wavinchanga and the Mfulia Wanderers charging. So this will be an exciting game, and Kito United will have to respond. They can't lose twice.
No, they can't.
They are coming from a loss. Usually when they are home, they do give a bit of resistance. So that will be a game
A
to
very
watch.
interesting fixture. Yeah, but Kitwe United, the last
Loss,
nine
draw.
9 possible points, they've only got 1 point. So
Yeah,
I think that is
that has been the
that
worst
has
patch.
forced them to drop out of chasing top 4. But you see,
But if you look at where they are,
football
it's
being
not
the way
very
it
far.
is, yes,
No, it's
7
just one more
points.
win.
No.
Because you see the dynamics of the way it is it. I think the onus at the moment for qualifying into Premier League is upon, especially those 6 who are separated by 3 points.
yes,
Because if they don't take it seriously, for example, if Lumwana had to beat Mufulira Wanderers and Musa had to beat Kitwe United and NAPSA had to beat Nchanga Rangers, the implications will be big just this weekend alone,
yes,
because already you will find that these top 3, if they break,
Then the
it will,
50 gap.
they'll create a gap of 6 points
6 points.
on the closest rival for top 4, and then also it will mean Nchanga Rangers and Mufulira Wanderers beaten, Young Green Eagles as well. It will depend on their form. If they draw as well, yeah, it's going to be a terrible situation. So I think the onus is really on these 6 teams, but Kitwe United, they've got time to respond. It's possible. Jumulo as well. I'll use.
you cannot write them off.
I'll use Tembo's analogy of Police College. Who doesn't pick points from Police College?
Yes.
If they fail to pick points from Police College, who are bottom of the league, then they would have failed themselves. They would have done themselves a disservice.
No doubt
With
about
all
it.
due respect to Police College
They've been
and
doing well.
and all that they are doing in recent weeks, they won two weeks ago. With all due respect, but in the position where they are, Jumulo needs to take advantage.
You're right.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it will be
Totally
up to
agree.
them to do that. Nobody is talking about Trident. Trident
Trident are going.
They're away to
they are
Luapula
going to-
Green Eagles.
And you see,
It's a dicey one.
it's a dicey one.
It's a dicey one.
In Luapula, Luapula Green Eagles does not lose there.
Uh-huh.
Does not lose at home. They want to keep that reputation. So, Trident would be lucky to come out with a point from there.
Yeah.
They should consider themselves lucky.
Okay, and I think for City of Lusaka, it might be a tall order at the moment, but they're on the same points as Young Green Buffaloes, below a point below Quito United. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, for
Well,
them,
unfortunately, those issues
they are
which
very
were off the pitch,
inconsistent.
those issues which were off the pitch have come again. There are two groups that have taken each other to court again. We have seen letters.
Yes,
This is
flying
what
around.
will bring the team down. We thought it was all over, and now they are getting
I knew
focused
it was just
on
a matter of
the.
time.
It was getting focused on the issues on the pitch.
That's a community.
Now those boardroom issues have come again.
Yeah.
And even at first, we shall talk about it. I have something. You see, football should be played on the pitch. Sort out those issues outside which can affect football as quickly as possible, so that you concentrate on bringing incentives for the players, making sure that the logistics are there, and so on and so forth. But if you're going to start fighting battles outside and then you lose concentration on the pitch, you are gone.
Yeah.
But Oderman, there's always two camps in this community team, City of Lusaka. And because every time they elect a person who was in the previous previous executive who's opposing the current executive. So usually these wrangles will never end. They've always been there from a long time ago. And the fact that the City of Lusaka is a community-sponsored site, it will take a lot. You saw we had judges there. The judges failed. We had Smata there and all these others. They failed to solve the issues.
Maybe we should not have this animal called the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I remember at one time in Mufulira, it's a thing that nearly threw them off.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Let me just give a rundown of the outlook of the table, the updated table in the Eden University. At the bottom of the table, we have on 19 points, number 18, Police College, 17, Kalumbila Quattro, 20 points. 16 Livingston Pirates, 21 points. Zesco Malaiti Rangers, 25 points on number 15. Luapula Green Eagles, 14, 26 points. Kaisa, 13, 26 points. Gomes, 12, 33 points. Gomes, I keep, you've seen, I keep being disappointed.
Yeah.
The last 2 weekends,
I've warned you.
Gomes. Why Gomes?
I've warned you.
Eh?
I've warned you, Papa.
The way they've stagnated.
They are going nowhere.
Young Green Buffaloes, number 11, 33 points. City of Lusaka, 10, 33 points. Quito United, 9, 34 points. Jumulo, 8, 34 points. Trident, 7, 36 points. Mufulira Wanderers, 6, 37 points. 5, Young Green Eagles, 40 points. 4, Nchanga Rangers, 40 points. 3, Napsa Stars, 46 points. 2, Lumwana Radiants, 47 points. And number 1, Muza, FC Muza, on 48 points. I
Yeah,
think,
but it's important to mention that Lumwana have a case which has not been sorted out by FAS. Remember, Kaisa failed to travel
Yes.
to. So, obviously, I mean,
3 points there.
it's 3 points. It's a matter of time, meaning that Lumwana will have 50, they will be on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Quattro Kalumbila Livingston, it's the Livingston Pirates one. That one should be played, eh?
Yeah, it will.
it
It
will
will
be
be played.
Since it's a different
It's,
case.
different. No, that one will be played.
Okay, so let us go into the Zambian Super League. I will quickly give the results. Buildcon Zanaco, it was postponed because of Zanako's CAF Confederation commitments. But we had Kafua Celtics 0, Lusaka Dynamos 1, Nkana 0, Kansanshi Dynamos 0. Powerful Power Dynamos 1. I only gave them one name, but I can give them Magnificent, Brilliant,
Magnificent
Powerful.
is Cover Warriors.
No, I'm going to add the Cover Warriors.
No.
Plus the Muflira one.
No.
eko bakawinina ligi tukapusuka sure
Muflira, Mighty, Powerful Power Dynamos. You won't sleep. 1 and Nkwazi 0. Green Buffaloes 0, Zesco United 3. Konkola Blades 2, Indeni 1. Green Eagles 1, Chambeshi 0. Prison Leopards 0, Cabo Warriors 0. And Sunday game, Forest Rangers 1, Red Arrows 2. You seem like you want to start, Chris.
Yeah, I want to start. Because all the games that I predicted last week, I was top notch. I told you Zesco would beat Green Buffaloes. And we've seen Zesco of late. Numba, sometimes it's good to work under pressure. It's really good to work under pressure. If you know you can work under pressure and you can pull it off, it's good. I don't know what the coach thinks and feels. Well, it depends on the type of character the person is. Can he handle the pressure? Can he not handle the pressure? But I think Numba is a qualified coach, and him being exposed, he's kept his cool, and he hasn't actually let his guard down, and he's shown that he's able to turn the ship around and steer it to the on course. And congratulations to Zesco United for beating Green Buffaloes. Like we said, Green Buffaloes was just there to show 2 games, and then because I heard on this show that Green Buffaloes are back, and I said they are not back. I said they're not back.
They've been brought back down to earth.
Exactly. So congratulations to Zesco United, and let them keep the momentum. But what they need to do is to improve so much, especially on their standard, like when they are playing in the CAF Confederation or the Champions League. Let us see them lifting the standard to another level, not what we are seeing right now with other teams.
But Coach, what games stood out for you this weekend?
Particularly, I have one, and that is Forest Rangers and Red Arrows. You know, for a long time in our game, I saw something similar to what we witnessed in Europe. The goal that Red Arrows scored. You know, you could see the movement and the utilization of the half spaces and also utilizing the third man. I think that goal was just top notch. It was brilliant. If we are able to witness that in our league, then we are heading somewhere. Because those are the kind of things that give us competition when we have to play the Confed Cup and the Champions League. So if tactically we are able to switch on, then well and good. You know, I like Alderman. You know, he has the experience. And someone can say, you know, I have the experience and still remain with the same odd things that he used to know when he was refereeing. But this time around, give him VAR and he can make even better decisions than some of the referees that we witnessed today. He has the experience, but also experience has taught him that we need to keep learning.
it's correct.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Alderman, what stood out for you this weekend?
Well, I was at Nkana Stadium.
Yeah.
I watched this game which where Kansanshi got a point. They didn't expect to get a point from Cherata. But I was not surprised because Nkana had not beaten Kansanshi from 2019. And remember, this is a team which beat them in the first round. They beat them 1-0. And Nkana were expected to respond and maybe get maximum points, but it wasn't to be. Ghana dominated in the first round. Their captain Chilekwe was guilty, missed a clear-cut chance. In the first half, Ghana should have scored 3 clear goals. They didn't, and then in the second half, Kansanshi got organized. They stopped fearing Ghana, and even nearly got a goal themselves. Yeah, there was one disallowed goal, which of course was correctly disallowed. It was offside for. I think it was Ghana who scored. So it was a frustrating draw to Ghana, who had expected to respond. I could see that Kansanshi were happy with that result. Jesse Were Had only 2 shots on target. It was policed well by Mkombozi. It was an exciting game, except we wanted it to produce some goals. Yeah, so at the end of the day, they shared the spoils. It was 1-1.
For me, I think I'll speak as a Power supporter. I'm happy that every now and again the results are not they're not very bad, but I think Power is not scoring enough goals. The average goal ratio is 1 goal per game, basically. Apart from about 3 weeks ago when Power beat Buildcon 2-0. But otherwise, if you look at previous games, we've been Power hasn't been scoring many goals. Creation of chances is there. For example, watching the game, Tiki Chiluba, very nice goal from a set piece, and it was identical. Bakodila, it was identical from a free kick which was taken like 5 minutes earlier, and the second one at least went in. But Tiki should have scored at least a hat-trick in the first half. Yes, they withdrew him early in the second half, but the chances and the full utilization of Brian Wheeler, I think it's just not there, because he's there as a number 9, but supply very poor to him, to the type of football which he plays, basically playing to his strength, balls in the air or balls on the ground. He reminds me of a kind of a Festus Mbewe kind of player.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about
who needed the sate.
Yes, exactly. So he needs like a sate. That combination, I think, was, if we look at the last in the decade of 2010 to 2020, it was probably one of the deadliest, if not the deadliest, at club level. Maybe the Sate and Evans.
Kangwa.
Yeah,
but even with Mbewe, it was almost the same.
That was a brilliant combination. They complemented each other very well. I think he needs a partner to complement him quite well, because balls were not being seen. He ended up now dropping dropping a bit deeper. Second half, he even changed the position. But I think Power need to use him to his strengths rather than his weaknesses, because other people can help and do the donkey work, and he can provide the goals.
Can I supplement what you are saying,
yes.
Bias? What I've noticed is that Brian has failed to fit into the system that Power plays.
Yeah.
He wants Power to play the system which he
plays.
has come with.
Yes.
You know, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
If you have noticed, Power will build from the back, they will go into the midfield and then use the wings and then bring the balls. But with him, if you have watched him, right, even when he was playing at Nkwazi, at Buffaloes, I've been watching him. Him wants the balls to be supplied right from the mid directly, and he starts running, and he wants to high balls what he crosses. He likes. But you see, he's been failing to fit into that. So I think the coach has to work hard.
Yeah.
He has to make sure that the player fits into the Power Dynamo system, not the Power Dynamo system to change into one player.
Yeah.
But also, Power Dynamos, congratulations, they won against Nkwazi, but I wasn't convinced. They were at home. You don't just sit back and hang in there to just keep a point.
I was disappointed that from about the 20 minutes to go, you go into defensive mode.
You're at home.
Rather than killing the game.
You should have killed the game. They should have kept relentless attacks. Nkwazi did not threaten so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Power went into defensive mode. This is a team which should be thinking of playing continental football. I've said it time and again.
Yeah.
And the preparations are now. Show your supporters that you are able to do battle. Why should you hang in? You're at home against the Nkwazi side.
That's what I wanted to say about Alderman. You see, for me, like I was going to put my pass on the spot, and I was going to say, okay, let's suppose that the league has ended today and Power Dynamos is second. would you be convinced that they would represent Zambia on a good note? You can't. Just like Bauderman has actually stated, you're at home. Bauderman has said it very well. These are the games they need to prepare themselves. They prepare with these games at full throttle. And if they see like
The way they played Zesco.
exactly. The way they played against Zesco, you saw.
Yes.
The energy
We thought they were going to
levels,
continue it from
the
there.
energy
Yes.
level, the intensity, and you could actually see movement off the ball, movement on the ball, the spaces and all that, utilizing the spaces. It was like you're watching a different team. But the last 5-6 games, it's a total different side. And you can't even be like so sure that, can these guys really represent us well? I think even Zesco did well, even if they got on the first round. I don't think Power Dynamos would even compete at home. They'll be beaten with the side they have right now. They can't go there. Powerful Power Dynamos. You won't even say that.
Will I shoot Coach, what games took interest? Did you take interest in this weekend?
Oh yeah, I did mention already the Forest and Red Arrows one.
Oh yes, you already
But
mentioned
maybe
the
just
first.
to just add on the Power Dynamos and the Quaz one, because it's been talked about much.
Yes.
I think both Bauderman and Bakris have nailed it. Just also as you have put it, these things need to be implemented. But I think just given a little bit of history, I think Power Dynamos is a team that did not start so well. They had to get rid of Vaperi, then they had to bring in Mama Sauso then. But I think right now they do have these struggles. But with the coming in of Coach Mwenya, you can see that
There's a bit of stability.
there's a bit of stability and the direction is there. And for Brian, let's not forget that he did not start the season. He is a January addition. So when you come in halfway through the season, there is so much pressure because there is that demand of the player wanting to fit in there and then. But I think let's wait till at the end of the season, and the coach is going to have enough time for the pre-season and to see where they can make adjustments here and there, and then there will be no excuses. But for now, I
There's
think
even that thing of
But there's one thing which is worrying me.
uh,
The technical bench. If Brian is to get understanding with these colleagues, let them use him almost in every game. They should be patient with him. But you find this week he plays, the other week he's out. So that's not helping matters. I've noticed if he plays this week, the other week he will not even be on the bench. I don't know what the reason is.
I know the last time he had a personal issue, he was not there.
Yeah,
But
but
last
this is not the
weekend.
first time. The
Yes.
other one also he missed. And like the coach said, when you are new, for you to gel with the colleagues, you need, not only in training, but real game time. You need
Though a little bit in his defense, there were two opportunities. He was open,
Yeah.
and he was not given the ball. I was
Yeah.
so disappointed.
It's the system.
He was
dark
open. If he was just given the correct pass, I was
You see, if Ngwenya was there, he would have scored. Yeah, if Ngwenya had played, he would have scored. You see, so Power Dynamos will also need their captain. He's still an influential player. We don't know what happened because I noticed that he was not happy when he was substituted in Lusaka. All right, so I was surprised that he didn't play. He was. So speculation started coming. Is it disciplinary issue? When he was substituted in Lusaka, he didn't show that he was happy and so on. So those issues should be sorted out as quickly as possible. Ngwenya is an integral part of the Power Dynamos strike, more especially the final third. I'm sure if Ngwenya had played, those two chances, Brian would have scored.
All right. So enough about Power Dynamos. Just to add on Red Arrows, I know the coach has said something. Alderman, are they looking like the real deal?
Well, they are, but I have a lot of question marks about their defense of late. Remember, or even if they win, they have been conceding in every game, and they even nearly lost to Concola Blades the other 2 weeks. So they have to work on their defense. Obviously, going forward, they are very, very good. They are swift. They are creative. They really have to work on their defense. I'm also not so sure about their goalkeeper, Charles Kalumba. It's Charles Kalumba, isn't it? This young man who came from Prison Leopards. He's not been so consistent. So in between the sticks, they need stability. They also need solid defenders. If they are listening to this program, they should go shopping. They will need solid
Those
And
defenders.
Chris, the most informed team in the country is Green Eagles. Are they the real deal?
Well,
18 games,
you would say that
only
because,
only one loss
Yeah, you would say that because they've been
in
consistent.
their last 18. Yeah.
So the stats don't lie, and they've been consistent. But can this, for me, I've always said, can this translate on continental level? That's what I'm interested in. They can win the league and do whatever, but when they come to the continental, like the Champions League and the Confed, are they able to replicate this kind of form? And that's where I have a problem with the Zambian teams. I have a very big problem with the Zambian teams.
Coach, is Zesco the real deal? I'm going through the top 4.
I think going by experience, I think Zesco still do have what it takes. But I think they didn't start too well. They have now recovered. So I think it will just border on the consistency of Green Eagles and Red Arrows. If these two teams can maintain their consistency, then I don't think Zesco do stand a chance. But should Zesco be allowed just to go 11 points, or maybe even slightly take the top of the table, it's done and dusted.
Okay.
Then they're going to get it.
Let's face it.
Yes.
Zesco have a quality squad. They have depth in that squad. What they lacked was consistency because of the changing, the technical bench here and there. They brought in a few new players. But you see, every position has about 3 good players, and that's what very few teams have done in Zambia. If Numba Mamba doesn't win the league, then he's the one to blame. You don't need to be a very good coach to coach Zesco, because management has been very, very kind.
Generous.
They've been generous. They have 3 good goalkeepers, 3 good number 2s, number 3, up to number 11, and you just have to make correct decisions. Look, Icha Mirando has certain games where he will be used. Number just looks at the type of opposition they have, and then you will know which players can come in. And of late, he's understanding his squad. So I want to agree with the coach. Don't write off Zesco. It's 27 points to go, and should those 2 teams slip up, then it will be Malite all over. They will have switched them off.
Yeah. All right. There's number 4 and number 7 are only separated by 1 point. Green Buffaloes being number 4 on 38 points, and Nkana being number 7 on 37 points. So between Green Buffaloes, Buildcon, Power Dynamos, and Nkana, only 1 point separates them. And GBFC, Buildcon, and Power all on 38 points. Nobody really talks about Buildcon, though they have been hanging in there from the beginning of the season. Always been somewhere around the top 6.
Just by the way,
Yeah, because
they're just
when you expect,
they're
Chris is right. By the way,
by the way, team.
Uh-huh.
You can just include them, or you can actually even not even.
but you
include
see, there was a time we regarded them like that. They went on to play continental football for the first
Yes.
time. They
They are
were
1 point off continental.
this is a team which I
continental
think
place.
has to be watched.
Yeah.
And we also have to look at
I think teams need to take
we
them
also have to look at
seriously.
You can look
the
at,
type of teams they are supposed to play in the last 9
you can
games.
take them serious, but you look at how ambitious are they. Really, you look at how ambitious are they. Are they an ambitious team?
Because when they're vying and trying to push for the top 4, they don't look very convincing. That's how you've read about them, man. You'll find that this week, where you really expect them, they can pick 6 points. They pick 6 points. The third game, they drop. There's no consistency, and there's no intent of showing that desire. One thing that I've lacked from, I know a lot of people disagree with me. Probably I'm a person who demands high standard. For me, I demand really high standard. And that's why last time we differed on the show with Alderman, because he was saying, no, I think, Chris, it's the way you're using that word. Are we talking about quality, or are we talking about competition? Remember, we talked about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I look at it, when I look at these documentaries, and what the coaches in Europe and in South Africa, what they demand, what they ask from the teams, like the coach can tell me here, what he expects from the teams is so high. There's nothing like saying, okay, this week, guys, okay, those guys picked up 3 points. How they play? No, you focus on what you're doing. And you focus on what you're doing, and you bring out the result, period. And in Zambia, I think we have that laissez-faire attitude of actually saying, okay, ngatwa winner, top 4. No, we need to be aggressive. We have to be aggressive. We have to demand so much. That's why even at national team level, we don't even get the desired results, because we don't demand so much. We lose, we take it. No, it's okay. You don't give such excuses. You don't. You expect results, bring the results. And that's what's happening at Maite.
Okay. Yeah. So I can my small analysis of the top 6, or let me include the top 7. I'll just say, talking about Continental, because I think that's what's key, and that we are heading in that direction. And with 9 games to go, for me, I think Red Arrows, Green Eagles, and Zesco really, with the form they have, if it continues at the end of the season, and if they end up in the top 4, I think I would be happy with these 3 in Africa, looking at the rest of the league. But now that 4th spot, which is being played for by GBFC, Buildcon, Power Dynamos, and Nkana, unfortunately, these 4 teams who are 1 point apart, they are not very, very convincing as far as the hunger, because these are teams today. Power can go 5 games which are all draws. Nkana, they win today, lose tomorrow. Buildcon, they will have a good run, and then they will have losses. GBFC, you just don't know which GBFC is going to show up. And lately, it's been a losing GBFC.
And you don't know whether it will nyanta you or you will nyanta it.
No, you will nyanta it.
You've nailed it,
So
Matthias.
these 4 teams,
very well.
it's vying for the 4th spot. If 2 of them manage to remove maybe Zesco or Green Eagles out of the picture, I don't know. I might be scared.
No, but
for Zambia.
let's face it. I'm not trying to be biased here, but history does not lie. Even if Nkana looks weak, if it's given a chance to play top 4, then count on them going into the
But Alderman, with
into
these
group
same
stage.
players,
No.
Count on them going into group stage. That's what Nkana is.
No.
You get the point?
I mean, but other man.
He's
Sorry,
right,
but
he's
Chris,
right,
you
he's
may
right.
say that, but
And he didn't
history,
give me that
history
extent.
is supporting by
yeah,
other
no.
Yes.
History.
Listen,
Form-wise, yes. You can
talk
doubt
about that, but when
history,
Nkana-
history is
when Nkana is given a chance to play top 4, look at the last time they went into the top 4. When they almost getting delegated, there was no money. Remember, you see, it was even the president who was paying for their transport and so on. But where did they go? They played in the group stage, and they didn't disappoint. And it was Zesco, who were well funded, who dropped out. Remember, they also played. They were in the same group with the Zesco. History doesn't lie. So. It also depends on the experience. I want to agree with you. The 3 Red Arrows, it's a long time they played Continental. Green Eagles have been there. Zesco disappointed last.
Yes, but they might recover themselves.
They might recover, yeah. Yeah, but that's a bit I wanted to say. Ghana and continental football. I just don't know
Let me just
what-
chip in.
what
I
is
know my
there?
other man is right. My other man is right to a certain extent, but on this other side is not so right. I disagree with him.
You can't live on past lost glory. That's like saying Mighty Mfra Wanderers will win the league. Right now, Maiden, and they'll win the league. You can't. Why I say that? Look at the kind of players in Ghana have right now, and put those players man for man against RS Berkane or Al Ahly. Match them right now. You've been watching. Nkana stand no chance. It's nothing against Nkana. Nkana a good side. But in Zambia, we don't want the truth. We want to sugarcoat. Even when something is not a coach, help me. You can chip in.
Okay, but the coach is...
No, let the coach chip in.
Coach, okay,
Coach,
give us your opinion before we move on.
Okay, perhaps my honest assessment on this one can be, you can get 34% in class and be the highest. It would be foolish to be content with it and say, actually I got the highest. Partly, I do agree with the older man. If Nkana is given a chance, perhaps I'm convinced they might just perform better than Zanaco. But I don't believe they can get to the standard to where we want to get to. They can compete slightly better than what we have witnessed, but I don't believe they might just get us to where we want our Zambian teams to start getting to, because right now it's basically group stage at best. But can we go beyond that? Can Ghana go beyond that? I am not convinced. Can they perform slightly better than these teams that are vying for the top 4? Perhaps they can.
Okay, let's quickly look at the results and the fixtures and the table so that we can quickly run into other news since we've got a lot to talk about. Fixtures coming up Saturday, 5th of March. We have Nkwazi versus Lusaka Dynamos, Nkana versus Kafua Celtic, Kansanshi versus GBFC, Zesco United versus Konkola Blades, Red Arrows versus Buildcon, Indeni versus Green Eagles, Kabwe Warriors versus Forest Rangers, Chambishi versus Prison Leopards, and Zanaco versus Power Dynamos. Alderman, starting with you. What are you looking forward to seeing this weekend?
Well, obviously, the focus will be on Power again. This time they are playing Zanaco. And that will give a destiny as to where Power want to be. Do they want to play continental football? Zanaco have just arrived, I think today. Yeah, so Power should take an advantage.
Yeah. Because such a win can actually put them in top 4 because they are on the same points as top 4. They are only separated by goal difference.
Just a goal difference. If Power convincingly beat Zanaco, then declaration of intent,
yes,
they will have been up there.
Coach, what are you looking at this weekend?
Looking at Nkwazi versus Lusaka Dynamos. I know Lusaka Dynamos are rooted at the bottom of the table, but having recorded a win against Kafua Celtic, I think it would be interesting to see if they can beat Nkwazi, because if they can, then perhaps they might just survive the relegation.
Well, Chris?
Indeni versus Green Eagles. Indeni Green Eagles have been very consistent, but Indeni are in the relegation zone, so at least they've got a chance to get out of the relegation zone, and that's going to be a very interesting game, especially for Green Eagles, who I'm keeping my eye on. I really want to see if they can pull this one off. Yeah.
Okay, I think for me, I'll be looking at Red Arrows versus Buildcon. I want to see Buildcon.
And that's a team which can beat Red Arrows, actually.
Yes, I think it's going to be a tough game because Buildcon have proved to be not a pushover. They are number 5.
Not a pushover.
And only two goals separate them on goal difference from GBFC, who are in the top 4. So really, I think that is it's going to be a game, a must win for Red Arrows, because Red Arrows at this point have to keep going if they want to show that they are actually wanting to win the league.
Yeah.
They have to keep going. But BuildCon, they can end up being spoilers. You just don't know which BuildCon is going to show up as well. Exactly. Okay. The table is looking like this. For the league, we have Chambeshi at the bottom of the table with 22 points. 17th position, Lusaka Dynamos, 23 points. Konkola Blades on 24 points, 16. 15, Kafua Celtic on 25 points. And Indeni, 14 with 26 points. So really, I think Indeni, really, I think they're the ones who are, they've got the gravitational pull to be pulled into the last, in the bottom four. They are top of the bottom four, but they have lost their last 5 games. After such marvelous form in January.
So well, yes.
Yes, but they seem to have lost it. Prison Leopards are number 13 with 30 points. 12, Forest Rangers, 31 points. 11, Zanaco, 31 points. Kansanshi, 10, 32 points. Nkwazi, 9, 32 points. Kabu Warriors, 8, 32 points. Nkana, 7, 37 points. Power, 6, 38 points. BuildCon, 5, 38 points. GBFC, 4, 38 points. Zesco United, number 3, 44 points. Number 2, Green Eagles, 45 points. And number 1 is Red Arrows with 49 points. So I think we'll be seeing, is BuildCon going to be a spoiler? Indeni as well on Green Eagles, are they going to be spoilers? Or can Konkola Blades go and spoil at Levi Mwanawasa against Zesco?
You see, you can't try
These
to.
are tricky fixtures.
Look at how Green Eagles struggled
To Chambeshi.
against Chambeshi. And the Green Eagles were home.
Yeah.
They scored in the 90th minute.
90th minute.
After beating convincingly at the same venue, Red Arrows 2-0.
Yeah.
And then there's another team which was also beaten convincingly.
Green Buffalo.
Yes.
Green Buffaloes, Red Arrows. But here comes Chambeshi, which is at the bottom. They had to
And
wait
they had
up
to score in the
90th
94th minute.
Yeah.
94th
Yeah.
minute, yeah.
So anything can happen. These
Yeah.
teams now, like Indeni, Chambeshi, Konkola Blades, don't underrate them. Just like in Ghana, have to be very careful with these Kafua Celtic
Celtic.
boys.
Can I ask a quick question before we leave the league? Just 30 seconds. What kind of Zanaco can we expect after mindset? Can they come and refocus in the league after this?
Zanaco, sorry to cut you short. I'm emotional. Remember, we owned them here. Zanaco, they should not even blame the coach, and so it's poorly managed. They don't just know what to do with the players. You don't just wake up one day and they release all the 11 players and then bring new ones and so on. Zanaco reached quarterfinals last time they presented, yes, if you recall. I was just looking at it this morning. They reached quarterfinals easily. They have had enough experience. But the way their management is handling the transitional, stages, they don't know what to do. You can't release 11 players at a go. What are you doing? And then you bring in new ones. There's no gelling. There's no understanding. That's why I know we are going to discuss. That's why they have not scored a goal in 3 games. The problem is poor management of that squad.
Can we just touch the Zanaco?
Yeah.
The 2 games
Yeah.
now before we go to other news.
Yeah.
So that we can we can
Do away with it.
Yes. I watched our Ali Tripoli game, and then also I was the game here which they lost previously. I was the defense, silly mistakes.
You don't give away schoolboy errors.
Yes.
Such mistakes, you're holding on to. This is where our friends like the Arabs
Because
are so disciplined.
pyramids,
Because
for example, here they were so
Exactly.
they're so sharp
Yeah.
that you can't afford to.
no, you can't.
Yes.
Bapas, this is 75th minute. How many minutes to go before the end of the match? Where you need to you just have to focus and then change the pattern of play. The coach will probably agree with me or not. Change the pattern of play. Say, okay, guys, now it's time to press. But these guys, that game they were dominating. Is it in Libya?
Yeah.
They were dominating that game, and if you heard from the commentator, these guys are far better than the hosts. And then you just give the ball away just like that.
You know,
Mental state.
if it was a brilliant free kick or set piece where they lost concentration, but some of those goals. Coach, your thoughts?
I think the Zanaco one is a tough one to handle. The result is so tough, especially for us Zambian fans to really accept. Like you are really putting it. It's not from a set piece. Zanaco did not concede. You know, there are certain goals where you concede and you say, all right, it's nobody's fault. Anyone can get beaten, but you know, when it's self-inflicted, then there is a problem somewhere. You know, the results is just unacceptable. The standard is just too low. It's just too low. And you fail to understand, because then the question is, where are we going? Because it brings a lot of things into play. Most especially the players. Because sometimes it is the responsibility of the players to just organize themselves. Because for our friends, the Arabs, it's how much it means to them. How much it means to them. How much does it mean to the players? Is it something that they really want? Because when you look at the way Zanaco was conceding, you ask yourself, does this really matter? And worst of all, you know, one particular thing that I've learned about coaching and player management, you have to look at the body language of the players.
It was off.
After winning, after losing, or after drawing. How was the body language after the game? Are you able to see it through the players, that the players really feel that they have lost something? You know, when that is not there, my players are not going to have it good with me.
Exactly.
Because the standard that I expect is just too high. It's just too high. You know, we had the Zanaco one and the Hotly Tripoli going alongside the Liverpool and the Chelsea one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you are switching just
Yeah,
to
when we were
have
switching,
a glimpse,
Oh my God.
My God.
you automatically you know the standard which you deserve, and you're asking yourself, if they can do it, why can we not do it? If they are able to get it, why should it be acceptable for us not to get to that level? Because that's the level that we should be chasing. You know?
Yeah, and your sentiments just remind me of, I don't know, Odaman, whether you agree as well. Roy Keane, how much did Liverpool beat Man U? Was it 4?
It was 4.
Four.
The players, they were even hugging their friends.
Hey.
At us, if we lose like that, we never used to hugging. Greeting even the other Liverpool players. We just used to go straight down the tunnel because we would be upset. We can't lose in the derby like that.
Not with me. Not with
So
me.
when he mentioned body
Kabambo
language,
Kankana loses, you think he will allow his friend to put a whatever
Headset.
headset?
You haven't disembarked off the bus with headsets. Come on.
uh-huh.
No, we're not serious. Papas, like the coach has said it, Baudaman can tell you, we are not serious. We're not serious.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, I feel sorry for Kelvin Kaindo, the coach. The first goal that Zanaco conceded, honestly. How do you pass the ball like that? It's like, it reminds me of the
But
game
like this, like I said.
Zambia played against the international game. The way Kabaso Chongo gave away that ball. That's cheap. And you're a professional player.
Listen, the problem is exactly what I had said at first. Those players, if you look at the pairing, they have not played together for more than 6 months.
Yeah.
You can have experience, but you're going to have what we call players. But to have a team, you need time. Okay, so this firing and you know they fired those players at the time the competitions were starting. And how do you release people like Oteza? He's scoring at Young Green Eagles. Week in, week out. He still has the speed. Zio would have brought some stability. You know, he has lost a bit of
it's speed, but
experience would have been guiding the youngsters there.
Yeah.
This is what we are talking about. So how to manage a squad? It's a
Ottoman,
serious problem.
do you think the downfall of Zanaco started when they got rid of Mr. Takatiko? Because he got them to second position.
That's exactly what I was saying.
I mean, number 2 is big, and they were convincing. I mean, yes, they didn't win the league, and yes, they fumbled here and there, but they were number 2 convincingly.
Not only convincingly,
there was a pattern.
They were playing good
They had a
football.
pattern.
Yes,
They had a
and they were playing good football.
Yes.
Yes. So the
way
problem
we
started
manage
there,
clubs,
isn't it?
the problem is that you see, these people who are at the top who have the powers that be, they will just appoint over Pius. Yeah, he's the one. You just take him for football. They don't know the background. They don't know the passion. You know, that's where the problem is. So most of these people, and thanks to Faz, they've started giving them training now.
Yeah.
You know, these who are managing our football. Why fire tactical when the team is number 2? Doesn't make sense. Power Dynamos fired Mutombo. He won the league. The following year, they were far from the league.
But let's not even go very far. Our own team in Quito, we wanted to have 3 teams in the Super Division.
Yes.
Quito United were doing very fine a few weeks ago. Now, because you start bringing changes here and there and that kind of stuff, where are we? They've lost how many games? 3 consecutively. Quito are playing very good football.
So consistency, coherency,
Yeah.
these are secrets in football. Which we will bring different results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we finish our other news in 15 minutes?
You think so?
15 to 20. Let's give it up 20 minutes.
Let's
Okay.
put up to 20 because about 13 items.
Let's start so that we can.
Yeah,
we
so
can,
check.
we've got plenty
If there's
to talk
something
about.
not here, you can pick it up from there.
Okay.
We start with the. I think our friends of fine.
Yes.
All eyes are now focused at Nkana Stadium. What happened was that Nkana on Saturday played the Kansanshi. The result, 0-0. And then Monday, executive met the technical bench. Apparently, executive, we are told, was not satisfied with the performance of the team, and maybe they looked at also the other results in the past few weeks. And they decided to give, based on Chabeshi-led technical team, a 2 days ultimatum.
2 games.
2 days. Come on, why am I saying 2 games ultimatum? Now, that didn't go so well with the head coach, Mr. Chambish, because he was of the view that that's the best the squad would bring, because he had requested for players and the executive didn't assist him.
Yes.
He asked for Sikombe. He brought Sikombe. It was training with the team. Kedrick Kembo from Buildcon. And Makawaniso Magenge, very, very good defender from Osaka Dynamos.
Yeah.
They were all training at Nkana. And everyone was excited, and they thought, they've been doing with a makeshift defense of Chulu and so on. Nkana does not have so much depth. So the coach then said, if that's the case, I will help you. Instead of those 3 games, I'm going early. I'm just going to tender in my resignation. That was Monday. And then when it leaked to the Ghana supporters, they didn't take it well. This is the first time that I've seen supporters rallying behind a coach based on championship. I've never seen it before. I've been associated with Ghana for a long time, almost 30 years now. This time round, it was different. They mobilized themselves. A group went home. One group went home. And the other group The following day, went to meet, which was now a Tuesday. They went to meet the executive, and you see their language was the same. Why are you trying to frustrate based on Chambishi when you did not give him the players that he requested? How do you expect them? Well, my investigation is that it has been sorted out. The ultimatum has been removed and Beston is back there. But my advice to Nkana Football Club, that is the supporters, the executive and so on, there are 9 games to go. This is not a time to bring fire into your camp. Other teams will take advantage.
And can just to add a line there, we can effectively say Nkana are top 4.
Yes.
They are same points.
Same points. It's just
a goal difference.
Goal difference.
So the panic stations, if you start hitting them now,
you're in trouble. That's why you see people give credit to Zesco United. By the time they come and tell the coach to say, Bwana, I think it's time we part ways, then it would have been, because Ghana are focused. They may not win the league, but they are thinking that perhaps we can get one of the 4 slots. And they are not far off.
No, they're not.
So if you bring confusions, this one is pulling this way, the other, I think there is need for unity. That's the advice I can give to the supporters, because the other supporters were saying now we are going to mount a campaign so the executive goes no, stop it.
The timing is wrong.
You've made your intention, and I think quickly everyone should forge forward. So that's what I've been doing. A bit unfortunate. Some people have a soft spot for Beston because he left a lucrative job at Kasanshi to come and help Nkana. We are wallowing in the relegation zone, and I think that they are feeling that he's not getting proper treatment or he's not getting the due respect. So we are not here to blame the executive, we're not blaming the supporters. What we are saying, forge in the same direction for the sake of the club. That's what I can say.
Yeah, but
for me, I think for Chris, for what he has on the table, I think he's done a great job.
No doubt about it.
You cannot fault him. You cannot compare the Nkana that won the league 2 years ago to the team which is there now.
No, you can't.
Certainly not.
He has done a great job, and on that one, I'll congratulate him. Any other coach might have taken them down. They would have been competing in Eden now.
Exactly.
Completely.
Vapas, you've actually vested very well. Like they say that frivolity is a barrier to effective learning. That's an adage I've borrowed, meaning that when such things start happening in the football circles, everybody should be interested. And why should we be interested? It's not about the blame game. No, it's finding the solution. And besides finding the solution, it's also looking at the timing. I don't want to go into the religious aspect of blame game and that kind of stuff. No, you look at the timing and you look at the solution. What is the solution? Because it's for the benefit of the club, isn't it? Like you've rightly put it. Nkana are just maybe 2 points or a point away in the top 4.
They're the same points.
Yes.
Same points, you see.
top 4.
So why would you want to destabilize the rhythm right now? All you need to do is to harness the situation.
1 point.
Like I said, 1 point.
Yeah.
You harness the situation. You harness that situation and say, gentlemen, we've got an objective that we're actually supposed to meet. And besides the objective, there's a target that we should actually meet. Now, if we miss this target, then that's it. So right now, as much as feathers have been ruffled, it is a circle where people need to learn and move away from it and say, what is the best way to go? And that's what Nkana need to do.
Yeah.
And I think just to add on my bias, quite okay the situation may become at the moment, but now you need to look at the process of reconciliation. What has facilitated the reconciliation? It is just the fact it is because of the reaction of the fans that has facilitated the reconciliation. Now, what is the relationship now between the coach and the executive. What happens if Ghana does not win the next 2 games? Now, this is how confusion comes about. Because if they don't win the 2 games, the focus will not be finding the solution, as Pastor Chris has put it. It will now be the blame game, and that will not turn out good for Ghana. So I think, all in all, this has come at a very, very, very wrong time.
Wrong timing.
Yeah, because Nkana have Kafua Celtic, then away to GBFC, then home Konkola Blades, away to Green Eagles.
Those
then
are winnable games. Now if you start bringing
home
ultimatums.
to Prison Leopards. Those are just the next 5 games. So I think, people need to relax instead of ruffling
Let me just
feathers
wind it up this
at
way.
the wrong time.
Pass, I know about
20 seconds.
20 seconds. There are 2 things here. It's about responsibility and authority. Okay, there are people in authority who are in position right now, and they want to put so much responsibility on by Beston, but forgetting what he has actually done for them. They can't transfer that authority to Beston. It doesn't work like that. Let them handle their part, and Beston will handle his part, and it's done well. So this authority which you want to transfer on somebody says that no, if no, it doesn't work.
Yes, exactly.
No, it doesn't
You're
work.
the one who told me to eat the apple.
No. No, it doesn't work. Sorry.
Yeah, I think
want to go into that.
just to end it, I'll echo what Arthur said when Beston was rehired last year. I remember Arthur saying that the focus of Nkana right now should be to survive.
Yes.
Next season, the focus should be to build a team,
Yes.
and in that building, try and get into top 4,
Yes.
and then maybe to win the league, you give it 2-3 years.
Yes.
You see, because the team which you lost 2 years ago is different from the team.
the
You have to
Bombos
start
league.
from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes,
He said it.
exactly. So I think it should be the same focus.
Yeah. So, and now, FAS may be back to court and so on, because former FAS executive member Mr. Elijah Shenko Chilekwe has written to Anti-Corruption Commission through his lawyer. You remember he had complained about the Kamanga executive in 2021.
22.
It was
21, sorry, 21.
Yeah,
sorry.
about he was saying the missing server,
Yeah.
there's corruption
I
and so
remember
on.
those, yeah.
I think the anti-corruption came to FAS, they grabbed the computer, I recall,
Yes.
and then this was retained, and then they never said anything about it. Now, Mr. Shenko Chilekwe has written to remind the Anti-Corruption Commission, say, what was the outcome? Because I complained. So the Anti-Corruption Commission have said that case is still being actively investigated. It has not. So we are waiting to see how this will go, because I think after elections in March, we have seen stability at FAS itself, in as far as the executive is concerned. And when the cases were removed from court, we also saw a bit of stability. I thought that's what we should have been seeing. But if we're going to have another churches and the qualifiers are coming, you know what that means. There will be a bit of confusion. I don't know what my colleagues can
Yeah,
say.
but you see, just to chip in quickly about that, man, that's what happens with people with sour grapes. Every time the AGM is right round the corner, or the elections are right round the corner, they'll bring up issues just to divert the attention of the people. And that's what's happening. I was having a discussion with some people from the old regime. And, all they want is to destabilize the situation and take your focus on the actual thing that's supposed to take place, and then start bringing things that will actually dissuade the main issue that's at hand. And that's not good for the Zambian game right now. It's not good.
Okay.
So we move on. FAS is currently holding a high-profile 3 days course for coaching in Super League and National Division 1. The lead instructor is from Croatia. He's head of coach education at the Croatian UEFA. At the Croatian FA. He is actually a UEFA instructor, and his name is Boris Kubler. This is where we should commend Faz. A month hardly passes. You hear managers are being trained, coaches are being trained. You are going to hear the next item, which I have also is something to do in that line. I think he should give them kudos on that one. So as we are talking, coaches from the Super League and National Division 1 are in Lusaka. They are being handled by a very highly trained UEFA instructor. This gentleman is known globally. So coaching is very expensive. So I'm just urging our coaches to be serious when such opportunities come. You know, it may look cheap now. It's because FAS had the memorandum of understanding with the Croatian FA. You know, so FAS is being supported. Otherwise, to get a course like that, independence is very expensive. So all those that have gone to Lusaka must make sure they get the best out of it. The period may be short, but obviously
it's the impact, Audaman. The impact. Because I did I was trying to find out things about the same gentleman. That's a top-notch coach.
Yes.
And he just doesn't go to places anyhow like that. So what Faz have done here, believe you me, this is the first time for me. Kudos to Faz, because the kind of knowledge these guys are going to get is going to be very immense. And it's like just being exposed, like they've been away for something like 5, 6, 7, 8 months and that kind of stuff. So they better put it to good use. And you want to see good football, you want to see it translating on the pitch.
Yeah, we can't leave this without the coach in the studio saying something. It's like his colleagues who are being trained.
But coach,
we definitely appreciate the effort from Faz. I also did my own background research, and it's true as the pastor had put it. Now, the most important thing is the results, the manifestation of these things. Faz has done its part. Now, the coaches also must do their part.
Yeah.
They must concentrate, get enough information as much as they can. And mind you, from this, I'm a coach. I have not had the privilege to attend such a training, but by those coaches who are attending the training, through interaction, I may just learn by sharing, and that's how the network broadens. So if we have coaches that are going to really apply what they are going to learn, I think the future is bright. This is what we really need.
Correct. Amen. So, Apas, in the same line, members of the FAS Secretariat staff are in Durban attending a UEFA Senior Team Executive Program. You know, you don't have to be static. You need to keep learning.
It's progressive.
Iva Lengwe and the FAS spokesperson and the FAS spokesperson, I think, is also there. They're about 3. So this is another a program sharpening the skills in management. I think that they should be commended for that. Now, something that may be interesting, we have our coach here, Asanovic, head coach, has settled for Chisimbewe of Red Arrows as assistant coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he says he was looking for an intelligent coach who can be learning quickly, who is younger, so that you can add value to the national team, maybe even after. Is that a brilliant idea, Matthias?
Let me pick that one.
But only one? Let me ask you, Chris.
And then it will come to my past. For me, I've always believed in Chisimbewe. Why I say so? I've been following him. There's a time Red Arrows was about to be demoted. And when they brought him in, he's the one who's transformed Red Arrows to where it is today.
And Chris, not to cut you short, he was the service sent him. The Air Force sent him for training.
Exactly.
Intensive training abroad.
So you see, I'm not trying to
put these other people that they're more superior than us in terms of thinking. No, it's insight. What do you see in that person? Like a man thinketh, so is he. So what are you seeing in that person? So when this Asanovic came, he's been going around. He's seen coaches. He's interacted with coaches. But there's a level at where we interact with coaches here in Zambia, with the ones that are actually coming, like foreigners, foreign coaches and that kind of stuff. But there is something that they look for in Zambian coaches. And he has found it. As much as people may not know Chisimbewe, because what Zambian fans and supporters and everybody want, the soccer fraternity, is a renowned coach who they know. Or like Patrick Piri, nothing against Patrick Piri and that kind of stuff. But he is a coach, he comes in and he sees something. He's seen something in that. He wasn't there when Chisimbewe was bringing Red House where it is. So cutting the story short, I think for me, he settled for a very nice choice. And the thing about Chisimbewe, he's quick to learn, and he's a disciplinarian. So for me, those are the two key things I look for: easy to learn and grasp, and discipline. Discipline first.
But I hope he will tell his cowboys not to go and pick the towel. Okay, we can go on.
I won't say anything. I think you've said it.
Yeah. Okay, so for sake of time, we move quickly. Yeah, the good news, Copper Queens, the number of professionals is increasing. So we have added now 2. Hazel, our goalkeeper, he has joined the Turkish Women's Super League team, Faith Vatanspor. Yeah, while defender Margaret Belem, he has become Barbara Banda's teammate in China. I think that's good news, for us. We are going for...
It's good. The ladies are not disappointing us.
Yeah. They are not. At least we can benefit from that. There's strong. It's not a rumor, this one, but it's strong news that Ian Bakala has actually joined Forest Rangers as head coach, but is just about to be unveiled. Yeah. So that's one of the issues.
Okay.
And as usual, all eyes will be focused on the national team now with a new coach. The qualifiers are about. So, Zambia national team will play friendly matches in France against South Africa and Guinea. The games have been taken to France because it will be easy to get all the professionals there. So... Hey, against Keta, I'm waiting.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I think they'll be quality. I think they are quality.
Oh yeah, Guinea have got
That's a quality friendly.
Even
South Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa. Yeah. And then Zambia women's under-17 national team has qualified to the 3rd round of the World Cup qualifiers after Namibia withdrew. They will play a winner between Cameroon and Eritrea. But obviously, let them just get ready. It's Cameroon. Namibia, I don't know why the government has not been supporting. They've been always crying, we don't have money, we don't have, there's no political will for football there. No. But there's talent. I hope something can change, Talking as an African now, I think it's not good. Yeah, it's just not on. So, like you had hinted, were pious.
Yes.
Finally, FIFA has suspended Zimbabwe. But how I wish they had done it earlier so that Zambia plays.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was coming. I know how FIFA operates. It was coming.
Yes, we said it actually.
We said it.
The writing was on the wall.
But it's not only Zimbabwe, it's even Kenya as well. They've been hit by, the same suspension over third-party interference.
Yeah.
Now, the minister in charge of sports in Zimbabwe makes me laugh. He's very, very arrogant. Now, it won't help. Already, they've lost out on this program which CAF had arranged, where the one I was talking about, where FAS has sent Zimbabwe, has not sent anyone there. It doesn't pay to be kicked out of the global family in football. So they should just swallow their pride and, join, I mean, and come back. It won't help. And even he was even the audacity to say, we shall be playing our local leagues. Come on, schools football.
He should ask Nigeria what happened to Nigeria when they were banned.
By the time they come back to international, it will be difficult. So now there's something interesting about the Congo FA, and this question I will direct it to you. You have to give direction. Now, 2020-2021 season, the Congo FA, I mean the Congolese season, TP Mazembe were number 2, and then what is this other club which has been
Motema Pembe?
No, the other
Vita Club?
Vita.
Yes, Vita.
Yes,
Vita.
yes, Vita was number 1. But at the end of the league, there was a report that Vita had used an unregistered player in 3 games. Okay? So the ruling by the FA was that 9 points be docked from the games that guy played. I have the name here. As a result, TP Mazembe were declared the winners of the league, and they were given the $100,000 by the sponsors, Vodacom, and the trophies and so on. So these guys were not satisfied. Vita, they appealed, and it went up to sports arbitration. Court of arbitration.
Okay.
And interestingly, recently, just a few weeks ago, the Court of Arbitration ruled that Vita are the winners of that league, and the FA was wrong to dock them 9 points. So what has happened now is that the FA has written to TP Mazembe to retain the 100,000. They won the trophy and the individual with the prizes. That's what has happened. And they have been given a deadline in which to bring those. Now the question which I'm directing to you, Pius, won't that have an implication on the representation? Because by virtue of being on top of the league, that is TP Mazembe, they have already played continental games. They have already represented Congo. Will it also be affected? What does that mean?
On that one, since they've already played, I think it's okay.
You think so? They won't take it. Say, no, it's us who should have
No.
Yeah.
It's already in process.
It's already done.
It's already done.
That's why we say.
But they are to retain the money, the cup, and that's what has happened.
That's why we say Mbembo Mulandu Taubola.
You might think it's gone. No. You reap at one time.
Then just in that one by Oderman, there are certain things that seem hidden, because I believe there should be some form of constitution that should give a guideline as to what happens in case any team used a player who was not registered or ineligible to play.
We've got that in the constitution.
Because for the sports for arbitration to overrule the decision of the FA, it means the FA perhaps might have acted beyond the powers given to them by the constitution.
Constitution.
And now the question comes, what led the FA to make such a decision? Was there an invisible hand from...
That's the issue. Yeah, because they have been imbalanced now. I mean,
Yes.
something else, So, Leeds United finally have sacked Marcelo Bielsa as Leeds became the first team to concede 20 goals in a calendar month. I think I feel for the big man. He was trying. I thought at some point Leeds were going to...
They were even playing good football.
Yeah, but something else. Now, here is a blow, a bomb. Non-African referees to officiate 2022 World Cup playoff matches involving African teams. What does that mean? Papayas, sure. What does that mean?
Maybe the performance. Maybe FIFA was not happy with the performance at AFCON. Because
it be like that, eh?
really, our
That's
referees
the one,
should have handled our matches as Africans.
Yes.
Because we are not
Sure, can we have
we are not
people from another
sending
continent?
African
From
referees
Ghana,
to yes, and it's also proved that there are actually some good referees. Yes, some referees made mistakes, but there are also some good referees on the continent. The gentleman who handled the
Gassama,
final,
Gomes is
Papa Gassama,
and Gomes from
you
South
know.
Africa.
Even Johnny is a
Oh, no,
fantastic
Johnny
referee.
is a good referee, yeah.
Those that are all there to be used, but I don't know. I don't like that decision.
Yeah, I don't think that decision is right. But maybe they'll be pointing at a few incidences like Zambia, Ghana. I mean,
Ghana, South Africa.
Ghana, South Africa. Don't you think that could have affected it also?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibly.
but whichever way you look at it, I think it's not fair. It's like, can we get African referees to go and handle games
Where?
UEFA qualifications?
Where?
Yeah.
Precisely.
I mean, it's something else.
Because we just talked of the Man City Everton one, which was obvious,
So exactly.
and at best, we only have an apology,
You see?
and it has ended there. No further sanctions from
But
the
if it
referee,
was-
from the
if it was
VAR
in
team.
Africa,
But now that it is in
Believe you
Africa,
me, if it was here in Africa, that's why I say, but Kafu, I don't know how they represent us, FIFA.
But me, I've not taken it lightly, Papias, all the same.
Yeah.
We can have our own mistakes, but you can't have people to come and... Hey.
Overrule you and start telling you what to do in your own house.
What am I-
When
are we almost
we are
done?
through. Of course, you are going to talk about the FIFA ban on Russia. That was the one we ended up with, but of course, that I know you are going to bring it much later.
Yes.
Thank you, Papias, for this opportunity.
I'll give you 10 extra minutes. Just a rundown of our Zambian players abroad. In Russia, Kings Kaunda, he played 90 minutes, still playing in Russia, while his brother Evans Kangwa was substituted in the 84th minute for Arsenal Tula in the 2-0 away loss over the weekend. In Denmark, for Midtjylland, Edward Chilufya has yet to make his debut with 3 competitive matches gone in the mid-January move from Sweden, Drew Gardens. Then in Denmark, Horsens in the 2nd division resumed this weekend. Lubambo Musonda started the match, but was not on target and substituted later on in the match, though they won 2-1. In South Africa, Augustine Mlenga was substituted in 78th minute against Oton Satif in the CAF match on Friday in Durban, and that's a Group B match, and they are still behind Raja Casablanca in that one. For Mamelodi Sundowns, most people, Chris was very impressed with Kennedy Mwene's saving antics for Mamelodi Sundowns against Al Ali in the away win in Egypt. And then Maritzburg United, Friday Samu, he played 90 minutes in the KZN derby against the Golden Arrows, though they lost 2-1, but he didn't score. Tostan Sabata, Roderick Kabwe, they played 90 minutes, but Justin Shonga was substituted in the 63rd minute for Sekekune against Swallows, but Mwape Musonda is the one who scored the 1-0 win goal for Swallows against Sekekune. In Congo, DR, Kaboso Chongo, he returned from a 2-week injury. He played 90 minutes for TP Mazembe in the Cotton Sport win. Tandi Mwape, he was on the bench on the whole game. He didn't play. Then in Tanzania, Rally Waria, he did not make the trip to Morocco to face RS Berkane though they lost 2-0. Cletus Chama, he was captained, he didn't play. In Scotland, Fashion Sakala started for Champions Rangers. He's been getting some traction
Yes,
now.
this time
I've
now.
noticed. And he scored the second goal in the 24th minute in the 2-2 home draw against 6th place Motherwell. He was substituted in the 83rd minute. For Netherlands, Jacob Mulenga, he was a 90 minutes bench player. He didn't come in. Though his side, Go Ahead Eagles, they beat Ajax 2-1. All right. Absa Cup, I think that's what we're left to give out. Then I'll come back with other news later. Maybe we can just run down the fixtures and the prizes. The winners of the Absa Cup 2022 are set to receive 650,000 kwacha. The runners-up are set to receive 300,000 kwacha. Man of the match in the games, 15,000 kwacha. Player of the tournament, 25,000 kwacha. Coach of the tournament, also 25,000 kwacha. Not bad money, isn't it?
Not bad, but you see, each time this year, around this year, I mean, ABSA has not been listening to me. I've been talking about why do you leave out the men in black and white who make it happen?
The referees.
The referee is nowhere here. I think that's being unfair. That's being unfair.
Nowhere in the budget. Okay.
You see?
So, the quarterfinals.
So are you just going to end it there about the prize money?
Let's end it there. We'll get political. The quarterfinals to be played at Arthur Davis Stadium on the 12th and the 13th of March. That's the other weekend. We are going to have Zesco United versus Green Buffaloes, and Nkana versus Lumwana Radiants, Green Buffaloes versus Napsa Stars, and Red Arrows versus Nkwazi. We'll analyze these games next week.
Yeah.
Not today. Semi-finals will be at Nkoloma Stadium on the 2nd of April, and the finals will be held on the 16th of April, 2022. The current holders, Lusaka Dynamos, they did not qualify. Qualified teams, we all have already read them out, but past winners, we've had Zesco United, 6-time winners of the ABSA Cup 2007, 8, 2010, 2014, 2016,
And congratulations to Jacob Banda.
Then Jacob Banda, yes, most decorated player.
He has won it 6 times.
In the ABSA Cup, 6 times. GBFC have won it once in 2015, Red Arrows 2013, Nkana 2018, Napsa Stars 2012, and Power Dynamos have won it twice. They had to win it more than Nkana.
Really?
2009.
Where did they come from?
2009 and 2011, and Lusaka Dynamos have won it once.
I think what we can also add is that this is it has been held 15 years continuously. Consecutively. We are so grateful to ABSA. It's the only cup that we have. We also forgot to mention, Pius, that each team will also be given a 20,000 for just logistical assistance, although it's almost nothing.
Fuel.
Yeah.
20,000 kwacha.
Yes.
Then
20,000 kwacha.
10,000. Ukuweka fuel. Kushitama banana.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach, in Cameroon, the president, Rigobert Song, has appointed. Sorry, the president has appointed Rigobert Song, former Cameroon defender,
As a coach.
As a coach. President Paul Biya. He's appointed the 45-year-old to replace Tony Consensao as national team coach after the 3rd place finish in January's AFCON. Coach, can you manage to coach? To coach well, being appointed by the president?
I think the coaching job is always a job that you do under pressure. But I just seem to have a problem that, I think Rigobert Song is a good appointment, but the quotation of the president making the appointment, I think, brings a lot of question marks. I believe it may be the right appointment, but I think the channel of appointing should not come through that route.
Well, Pius, let's be honest. When it's a spoon, it's not a big shovel. That was a political appointment. It was wrong.
Yeah.
When did Rigobert Song...
And it's against FIFA rules.
It's against FIFA rules. When did Rigobert Song play? I mean, we have to ask ourselves a lot of questions. He's not even been in touch with modern football. So if we are going to appoint because of emotions and so on, he should have left it to the right football.
He's the coach for the last job. He was coach of the under 21.
Yeah, I mean under 21. He's not been exposed at that level as a coach.
Yeah,
so you don't bring just because somebody played at the
perhaps they want to do what Senegal did.
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
But these are stages,
Look, Papas, cultures are different. Cultures, visions, beliefs are different. Each team, each country has got its own objective, its own vision, and all that kind of stuff. Just like the other man has said it, the coach has actually said it. Wrong channel, wrong platform. Period.
If I was Samuel Eto'o, I would really feel undermined.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Because I've just been voted in as president
And they
of the
overrule
FA.
you.
Then the president wakes up and appoints his own man. In Sierra Leone, if we get Sierra Leone as in our group for AFCON qualifiers, it might be a plus because they will play all their home matches at a neutral venue for until 2024.
Yeah, they are renovating.
Yes, because they are
neglected.
They don't have any decent stadium to use. So actually, we must be thankful we've actually got two we can use.
Yeah, which we are vandalizing.
Which are being dilapidated. Yeah. Yes. So, and I think just before we open up phone calls, let me just read what is happening with regards to Ukraine and the banning. So the Russian, according to FIFA and UEFA, Russian football clubs and the national team have been suspended from all competitions by FIFA and UEFA after the country's invasion of Ukraine. The World and European football governing bodies said they would be banned until further notice. It means Russia's men's team will not play their World Cup playoff matches against this month, and the women's team is also banned from the summer Euro competition 2022. Spartak Moscow also been kicked out of the Europa League, and their last 16 opponents, RB Leipzig, will advance to the quarterfinals. UEFA have also ended its sponsorship with Russian energy giant Gazprom. Football is fully united here in full solidarity of all the people affected in Ukraine. FIFA and UEFA said in a joint statement, both presidents hope that this situation in Ukraine will improve significantly. They hope that the situation will improve significantly and rapidly so that football can again be a vector for unity and peace amongst the people. We are all in agreement, Coach? It's okay? Good move?
For now, a good move. A good move.
Yeah.
I think I read that I think the Lokomotiv Moscow coach handed in his resignation. You know, this is similar to what happened to the COVID situation, where now it was lives more important than the game. You know, the situation in Iraq and Ukraine at the moment is tense, and I think for now this decision is okay. Personal opinion, it's okay.
Good decision, Odaban?
It is inevitable. It was inevitable.
Okay, but Chris? Marcelo Bielsa fired at Leeds. It's a good move by Leeds.
Yeah, look, there was no way out, really. For me, I feel sorry for the guy. He tried his best, but sorry, I feel sorry for the gentleman. He tried his best, but as you know, football is about results. You don't get results, then what happens?
Okay, let me ask this question. Now, when a coach has terrible fixtures, because I think he played Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, and Tottenham, everything in a row.
It was just unfortunate.
Is it a situation? Isn't that a situation where you can give a coach the benefit of the doubt because they are playing huge matches?
No, that's no excuse. We've had such experiences before. Big Sam, how many matches did he have? He had about 8 matches. And the team was at the bottom of the log in relegation, and he's done it. He's done it with Portsmouth. He's done it with which other team? Is it Newcastle? He's done it with 3 teams, and it's on record. So you cannot be an exception because you are facing teams that are bigger than you financially and are doing very well. In fact, that's why you chose. I think the coach can actually bear me witness there. That's why you chose. That is your job. Deliver.
Okay.
And maybe just to add on Pastor, you know, there's the Marcelo Bielsa one. Okay, I don't mind him losing, but I think what has raised eyebrows of the executive is the margins.
Yeah, there were big margins.
He has lost a few key players, and usually when you know your squad is at is not at full strength, you cannot go to Man City and play an open game.
No, you can't.
Because it is 8. If you are able to limit the damage, where you lose, you go to Man City, maybe lose 2. Against Liverpool, you lose 1. But if it is Tottenham 4, Everton 6, the other time, you know, it is apparent that Bielsa is not going to change his approach for any reason. And I think that's where the problem
for
is.
him, it's
And
total,
like I said,
total football, attacking football. He
And
doesn't
like I
see him.
said, they also pointed out that 20 goals in one calendar month. This is a history that he has broken. It has never happened.
Okay, today we've opened the phone lines late, but I think we'll give chance. Don't worry. We're opening the phone lines now. 0212222877. That is the number to call, or 0965000877. Good evening, caller. Hello, good evening, caller.
Hello, good evening, Abbas.
Evening, who am I speaking to?
Moses Lumbara Zoya Mufira.
Moses from Flira, please go ahead.
Nani poshavonse vatembo vakochi vakristu mishani mavomdeni vonse
Vilo mshani.
Maombe mkwai.
atireko sere shase vazesco mapya vaisa vazesco kuna matwai matwatutuka mulevena ava pakitu ava mudara vamambe vaza vesi vokuvatira mazesco azi twai maifu ngombyo mutembe twatotera.
Zero two one two 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 eight seven seven. That is the number to call if you would like to get in touch, or 0965000877. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller.
Halo mavombe vayodaman.
Mkwai Mulishani.
Mkwai Coach Muzo Libatai.
Coach Muzo, please go ahead.
Ndipo kulanda kupali wankana yaba president chambishi. Wapuli wakwata patient sana ba chambishi ipo watangire kimofa time. Yadi. Denya pa wambo kulandaranda. Boye kwa kulanda simu wambo kulandaranda frustration shan. Ba chambishi bali bomba sana. Deni wankana pa wakili na nani bali motokwe. Wapuli wapela na credit ba chambishi. Then you mentioned about the your coaching nani kosi yo ni si ngoni si. Then na tutela na pakuleta kwa coach abo mulipeleka pa panyo hapo watotela sana.
Thank you. 0212222877. 0965000877. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
Fine, how are you? Who am I speaking to?
I'm Mr. Mwanza calling within Kitwe.
Mr. Mwanza, please go ahead.
Tembo Bwanji.
Bwanji.
Bwino abantu balera bali ba Benson, please. Tiyo ntuleta sha. Ati wakwensho ushikuwa mtasholo bwacha. This time sembe tute ya mu Edeni. Ngatakwali ba Beston na Bazo. Aba bantu babiri aba tiyo ntule batasha, please. Isi time twala pikinga. Demona emashiwi na tukwatako. Kentule batashako ba Beston. Bali kane ndala makumbi baisa tupususha. Thank you very much. Dayamikira Tembo.
Thank you. 0212-222-877-0965-000877. That's the number to call. 0965-000877. Good evening, caller.
Yeah.
Good evening, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Who am I speaking to?
Clement Mropa.
Clement, please go ahead.
Ayo ndivokanda kufanya pali wa mkani hivyo kutambia wa Benson Chambe. Benson Chambe kwa itopa sana. Ineko nchimoni pali wa njini mwati. Papa teken bench pada. Wati mabomba peveka pada. Watu wa wana bala maatisa mkochi na washiala. Kata babafu. Thanks so much.
Thank you, boss. 0965-000-877. That's the number to call. Good evening, caller. Hello, good evening. Hello. Do we have a caller? Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller. Oh, we're not. The caller there was quiet. Let's try again. 0965-000-877. Good evening, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, Bakalamba.
Hello. Who am I speaking to?
Quickly, Mama, shut down Copa. Yeah. This session is super Motaikata. We know clear. No, but Japa, I go panono. Kuitata kuitopic him out Lumine Kutubo. Country Vamjala Vanan Kupiano, Kuana, Kanjopo, Vanon Kuikashua. Jacopo Mulengale, Paudia, Uria, Inquimi Micheta Kovasho Memplanga Kuntai. Eva Lequa, Quavaria, Vina Jacopo Mulenga, Waka Wishi. That's a Tirawaka Mopingum 10.
Thank you, boss. 0212-222-877-0965-000-877. That is the number to call. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Who am I speaking to?
This is Joel from Kitwe.
Joel from Kitwe, please go ahead.
I just wanted to comment on power team. Similar power and the Ponga, putting down an expert who's having a maranjiri. Some players, they are getting from young players to old players. So let's just sit and listen to our coach, how he's saying, and again, to one of Fubara to lunch, Fubara to system Yakayan. That can help us. That's it.
Thank you, boss. 0212-222-877-0965-000-877. 0965-000-877. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Halo Mathias.
Shani.
Mkwai Barube.
Baruben. Kale Baruben. Lande. Please go ahead, Baruben.
Nataka kulanda kwa mulandi kila mwachanda pali wa power dynamo kutila ama strikers takuingisha magoza yengi power dynamo. Mr. Tembo ngamulei ukisha nalandile podya mwali ku radio station ya imbi. Nakira nicho na transfer window nayi kwa power twarefu aiko kukwata strikers babiri abakwe bati. Bale leading abora bale kita lead kuba ikuri abatkwete ama youngsters. Number 9 Africa player wa finanga Filipe Abalukaku Filipe Adabene Jirudi bali aba finala basinga nasunga defender tapene mula ndi waka strike wa finanga no papa wa takwete strike wa kwebati na afina ero takwete aba kumusapulaya. That's why mule muena brand mwirale singo kwingisho mula ndi wanshi takwete number 9 finira ndure ya kugarana cyane urefunda bajaba iki bapanta barabane bora batefi ikiri pota kwa tuyo wonse arefu ayo kwingisha itimu nifere yakwata uleyo bonzo lero likwati tatwa pero ala ingisha papa wa dynamo na tulakinga striking force kwambira kuno mapakati na defense yose trife buno lero kwingisha pe kwa shala na tule ingisha ba power na tatulina batuberere namba transfer window yalipo but treta shaba tamtapa at least na batumfisha ko burekrendra ko pa 5 pa 6 pa 5 pa 6 so na tuawina ababiri advantage ba utani stoba pita because it's 1 point ukuisa kuri ba nine bwase no but ndanda kwa Manchester United ngamwamwe na Cristiano Ronaldo ikina sana kwa power mlando wa strikers. Cristiano Ronaldo is a striker so mbatakuri abalemu speeding amaboro kutengenyisha Cristiano Ronaldo. That's why alemwe kwa Cristiano Ronaldo tapuire abwale bomba na bena padia tabeshi bya kumupera ball kutengenyisha bonse baleru isho kwingisha so striker fuire balemu feeding amabola mkataka striker alemu nekati ale ingisha lero bali bonse baleru isho kwingisha mkataka striker mkwete mkambugwa triplanga batinisha mule feeding amabola natotela sana
Twatotela Ruben. Let me take another call. 0965 Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller. Hello.
hello
Good evening. Who am I speaking to?
we are speaking to Gabriel calling from Lusaka.
Well, Gabriel from Lusaka, please go ahead.
Bosi like Chilekwe fashion designer which proves that Newcastle won for
Yo, I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that one. I think that one first we wait. Okay, no, I think we wait on that one first. There are so many rumors up. Yeah, I think let's just wait. No, we'll just wait. Okay. No problem. Thank you. All right. All right. I think because of okay, maybe let me take another one. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Not bomba vewino. Tulenda na banani. Hello. Hello. Did our caller disappear? Hello. I think We have lost our caller there. Let me try another one. 0212222877 or 0965000877, the number to call. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mawombe.
Hey, Mukwai.
Mawombe shani.
Not bomba febwino.
Arende fokwenda kupani issue yo ile ufike aba ili konkano ko. Icho ndefo kukulanga kuchakwe bokwe bati bali ba best story na bazo. Aba abantu ngatwachitoroje sana. Bali bomba sana kwa fwankana. Bantu bali inoshitanga twachitoro leshe wino sana. Batuli muwani. So ababantu kinefwaye kapofe kwingane fo kumwene lapa ishira David Obash badi ko kwinyisha so ile fwaye ko checking a relationship between abakunta jamasi kaita kumkana na kwabo kwishiba ama relationship efo yali shi problem ya solve kati watapa na kwinyisha atotera mkwai.
Thank you, boss. All right, so I think we can head back to some other football issues. Gentlemen, Carabao Cup final. Big congratulations to Liverpool. Many people are saying, what a final. And though it was 0-0, one of the best finals, 0-0 finals you've watched?
No doubt about it, no doubt. The intrigue, the suspense, it had everything you would ask for, except of course it
disallowed goals.
Disallowed goals. It didn't have the actual goals themselves, but we saw them when we were being picked from the net. Yeah, I think it was a balanced game, but towards the end I thought Liverpool deserved to win that game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, coach, the decision for Thomas Tuchel to remove Mendy and bring in Kepa, would you have done the same thing?
No way.
No
way.
Why?
You know, when you look at how the game was played, I think when you look at the performance of Mendy, I think that was one of his best performances that I have seen, in a long time. He was so consistent throughout the game. I think basing on how he played, I think he deserved just to finish it off. Because, he was calm. He had it. Now, you see, the moment you make that change, because usually, when you're about to take the penalty shootouts, nobody blames the goalkeeper for not saving the spot kick, because there's that thing that goalkeepers just guess where to go. So usually the pressure is on the person who's taking the spot kick. Now, the moment you make that change, the pressure shifts from the one who's taking the spot kick to the goalkeeper, because now he has to make a save. And I think on that one, Tuchel might have just got it wrong. But either way, it's just that thing about coaching. It goes Chelsea's way, he's a genius. And now that it didn't go Chelsea's way, he made a mistake. So it's just one of those things. But I would have personally stuck to Benjamin Mendy. He had a very, very, very good game. And I think him between the spot kicks, perhaps Chelsea might have just got it.
Look, to add on to what the coach is saying, Mendy had just come from AFCON where he saved a number of those. So I think that was a bad gamble.
It was a bad gamble.
A very, very bad gamble. Because one
before you even continue, Chris, but Kepa is a penalty specialist.
He is, exactly. We know about that. But why I support the coach and I support Alderman, sometimes you need to look at it from a perspective of psychology. He as a keeper's been playing the full 90 minutes and he's been seeing the action.
Actually, for 120.
For 120, thank you for correcting me. And he's been seeing how the players, which foot is using,
and all that kind of stuff. So he's just not watching. He knows when they reach the mark of 85th minute, 90th minute, or they're going to extra time, he's allowed to play the extra time. He knows. Now it depends on me. As much as you may have a good substitute there who can take chances and that kind of stuff. So for me, I would also go the same route as a coach. Tuko there, he boobed. Sorry.
And just to add on my bias,
Yeah.
you know, something that does not work most of the time in coaching, you know, is a predetermined substitution. You know, it's like you have a starting 11 and already in your mind, you know which player you are going to remove and replace him with another one. But what happens if the player you want to substitute has a good game and it is the other one you did not intend to substitute who is not having a good game? So sometimes that can be a danger of having, you know, that predetermined substitution. So I think perhaps that's why it may not have gone Chelsea's way.
Okay. In the Champions League, UEFA Champions League will be back watching next week. Bayern Munich, Chris, it was 1-1 in Salzburg. Now it is in Bayern. Is Bayern taking this one?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll end there.
You end there? Despite Salzburg fighting this
They
one.
had to fight.
And Bayern nearly lost
But it's in the backyard now. And you know how Bayern plays at home.
Okay. Otherman, Liverpool leading 2-0 against Inter away. Now it's back at Anfield.
They're finishing the job when they end there.
I love the chorus.
No need to analyze. Had to know. Well, coach, we've got a few games, big games this weekend. One is Liverpool versus West Ham. Liverpool wins this. They keep in touch with Man City. If West Ham win it, they keep in touch with trying to get into the top 4. Where do you think this one is going?
It may go either way, but I think Liverpool recently, I think, have just hit a form where I think they are just unstoppable. And should Liverpool not get this one, perhaps the league might just pick on.
Okay.
So I think they might just edge it.
And Tottenham, Everton this weekend? Chris?
Everton have been, not that they've underperformed, and they've really shifted into gear. But what's funny is Tottenham, they surprised me. You know, there's just a day by where they'll just turn up and they'll really be so much on heat. The next time they are off. So I don't know. It's unpredictable. I don't know about
At least
this.
they beat Man City. That was very good.
But after they beat Man City, what happened?
Imagine.
This is what I'm talking about. So for me, it's a narrow margin.
Frank Lampard is it's tight for him as well. Huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Otherman, this weekend Leicester host Leeds. Leeds most likely it's just a few signatures remaining for them to sign Patson Daka's former coach Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, Vardy is back. What with the win yesterday? They are motivated, obviously. On paper, you expect Leicester to pick maximum points.
Okay. And Coach Vincent, the Manchester Derby. Man City versus Man United. Definite win for Man City, or will it be tough? Looking at the way Man U has been performing lately.
Well, you fancy Man City to win this one, but you cannot say it's a definite win. You know, I think going forward, Man City might just be the best. I think they are as good as anybody can be. But I think I have a few question marks with their defense. You know, I think they always concede when that defense is tested. And the way Man U are going to approach this one, I think they are going to have patience, knowing full well that even if Man City are going to dominate possession, they are at least going to have their chance. If Man City is able to score early, well and good. But if they don't score, Man U will definitely have a clear chance. And I don't see them. Well, it's not a fixture that I don't see Man U not getting a goal. Man U will definitely get a goal in this one, that I can assure you. But it depends at what stage they get a goal. Are they going to be 2-0 down, or when they get the first goal, it's going to be a 1-0? Because analyzing the previous performances of Man City, they lost to Tottenham and narrowly got away with it at Everton. And right now, I don't think in the league they are playing with that precision, that confidence. If Man U goes out full throttle, believing they can win this one, this is the game they can win. But if they are going to close and let Man City come after them, it can be a disaster.
Are you in agreement with the coach?
Very, very much so. For me, there's only one thing that I want to add on is I've watched a lot of derbies between Man City, Man United, Man City. And what I've seen is there's a time when Man United raises the bar. And when they raise the bar is when they're not really doing well. And believe you me, this is one of the times whereby they will raise their game. They are going to raise their game. And just like the coach has said, you know, in the secular world, we call it, I have a hunch. In the religious world, we call it, the Holy Spirit is telling me this, but I have a hunch. And the hunch the coach has is the same hunch like Alderman Senga. I think Man United will get a goal. That's what I feel.
Alderman, for the sake of those who bet, where do you see it going?
There's no way Man City can beat Man U twice.
Twice, lightning doesn't strike twice.
Lightning doesn't strike the same object twice. Man U are winning. No matter what is scoreline, Man U are winning this one.
I love the confidence.
And you know what makes it interesting is that if Man City don't get a result, it's problems.
Yeah.
Because you don't anticipate
So they're
Liverpool
under pressure.
sleeping up.
No.
So this one,
And they're under pressure now.
Yeah.
They are under pressure.
Okay.
And you see, what signal did Klopp give when he won the last game? 3 fists in the air, and you know what that means. Liverpool.
Ask Arthur. Ask Arthur.
Chris, Roma versus Atalanta.
Atlanta will pick it.
Atalanta
will pick it. Look, for me, I don't fancy Roma so much. Roma blow hot and cold, but I just fancy Atlanta picking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coach, another big game, Napoli versus AC Milan in Italy.
I think AC Milan will get that one.
AC Milan most likely to
Most
get
likely. Yeah, to get it.
it. Okay. And lastly, the other man, the big game of the weekend is number 1 versus number 3, Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen.
Chris, how does that become big?
It's big. It's got implications. If Bayern lose, Dortmund
Bayern all
maybe
over.
gets closer.
It's Bayern all the way. I mean,
Bayern all the
let's
way.
face it.
All right. No, we thank you, gentlemen, for coming. We've got big games to watch this weekend. It's difficult to say where. I haven't checked. Is Musa playing Quito United on Saturday? In Sunday?
But
that would be better, actually.
We're going to advise anyway.
That would be better
We will advise.
if it's Sunday.
Yeah.
So that you can see if Nkana can wake on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming, gentlemen. Good to
All
have you in
right,
the
just to say
studio.
hi to a bit of, just a few people who have actually been supporting and listening to the show, like Maureen Muflera, Brian Mwelwa, Sydney, just those, to mention a few.
Okay. Thank you. I met Mr. Joseph Kunga this morning. Good evening, sir. And we are famous to date. You haven't
Yeah,
called.
should tukabaseka mailo.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for coming, gentlemen. Bora.
Nizigoli.
Bola.
Ibaba.
Definitely this weekend.
The Flava FM Football Show from 1845 to 2045 hours.
When you are
Against
touched and you
Nigeria.
change position, it's a penalty. Professionally done by that wonderful referee. Very brave. The first one we even saw, Dark and
Mwa
falling.
Danny, that wonderful referee.
The National Sports Council started demanding for the letter. Are you a member of FIFA? You're not. They're not members of FIFA. It's FAS. And the letters have come out. So who has looked foolish now? Because they thought FAS were hiding something behind their back. And the official communication has come out. The letters are out there for each one of us to go through and understand. And the beauty with FIFA.
Tune in to the Flava FM Football Show for the latest local, African, and international football news.
Pius, if you look at Zambian football critically,